way, Leia lovers, this be your Captain Vasco speaking. It's fine. We've overcome the first of technical difficulties. The second is streamer bot seems to be broken. I don't know why. Maybe if I did like a hard log out of Twitch, which obviously is something I can't do while I'm live, or if it is, I feel like it shouldn't be possible. Oh, Pikachu and Eevee too. I mean, that makes sense because those three are all in like top five of what I would expect. But I don't think I've seen photos of Pikachu or Eevee, but I've seen Gengar in like three different places, I think. Yeah, I'm very interested to see about Professor Fur and what that all looks like. Welcome to the stream, Neko. We're on month 2 of Devilished's latest annual gift sub. Very generous. I have one of these. Some part of me subconsciously forgot that I fixed that, and now I can hear the audio too. Yeah, how's everyone doing? It's been a week. I have had a garbage week. It's been awful here. Okay, yeah. So that does confirm that that's not. So no. Okay, actually, that means I should probably just turn that off, huh? Someone's gonna have to remind me tomorrow to turn that back on. Give me a second. Wait, is that yes? This is the page I want. It loaded weird. No, I have to do this. No. Oh, give me a second. This. Yes, this. And then since it's not working and I don't have the ability to fix it without like also canceling the stream, which seems excessive, we're gonna turn off name game. Name game is only 400. That's funny. Okay, I just gotta double check one other thing to make sure that that is covered. Give me a second. Not that. Oh boy, we should definitely always do things that I don't know how to do live. That's the best one of them. That's the best one of them. Give me a second. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I've de-bigified that. How you doing, chat? I know it was stressful for you not to be here for a minute. And just so that Neko gets something for her 400 points, here's a random name game. It'd be funny if this somehow didn't work on my computer, except that it is structured differently, and that shouldn't be possible. Let's find out together.
Junior, the youngest and most horrible of the elder gods.
Junior must be the one responsible for breaking streamer bot. Just to confirm, is broken. Okay, great. I teased on the Discord that there was a possibility of 2 really exciting stream things happening. Tomorrow, the jury's still out. Is not looking as promising as I hoped when I first mentioned that. But there's another one that I do need to address. It's been a little time coming. One person in chat already knows about this, and you'll soon discover why. For Christmas, everyone in my family is impossible to shop for. We've talked about this. Everyone in my family makes more money than me, so it is impossible for me to like match anyone's attempt at generosity. It is a source of stress. I think I did like a whole like stream intro about this back in December. But so the other problem is that my mom literally wants nothing other than for the family to be around. It's really it's different. I mean, it's fine because I could be around for the holidays, but then it feels like I don't get to do anything special for my mom. And we all know that my mom is the best, don't we, chat? I think we know that. And so I don't know. I was struck with inspiration towards the end of the year, not early enough in the year to release this in a timely fashion. But I did mention at some point that I contacted my emote artist and asked them a question about doing animated emotes, and they were still like, nope. So that's fine, except that wasn't actually why I reached out to her. The reason I reached out to her is because I wanted to commission some new emotes. And I had the idea that we could celebrate my mom, who is a big part of chat. You all know this. And I had a couple of ideas that I thought would be sort of demonstrative of my mom's nature of both being nurturing and supporting of others. And I decided to just commission both of those. And assuming that everything I just did worked correctly and there isn't some sort of input lag on Twitch's side, you should now find each of these available. I'll admit that I threw one in because I've been thinking about having a Squirtle taking a note emote since like the blueprints days last year. Just as like there's been a lot of like outside of game note taking, and I feel like Secret Squirtle is just the best of the sort of mascot characters for the stream because it's like he's making secret note. He's just making a secret note for later, or making a note about a secret or something. It just seemed really good. But so I had to spoil the surprise for my mom because obviously it was important to me that the emotes uh, reflect my mom in a way that she was like happy with. Like I wanted it to be something that she was happy about and not a weird surprise that I'd done something that she didn't like. So I got some input from her throughout the process, and she was very generous with her time to find me some reference images to help the artist capture things. But so now we have hug and pray, and I can't. I just to me this. I mean, it's just what my mom does. She's here for you. She supports you, and she always wants the best for everyone, and is always saying prayers on everyone's behalf. And I feel like I don't know. I was happy with these ideas when I had them, and then I couldn't pick between them, and so we have both of them. And what's great about this also is that I know a large percentage of you also watch my sister's streams, and it turns out that we have the same mother. This will surprise no one who's paying attention. It shouldn't. You should be concerned with yourself if that does come as a surprise to you. You can also use these over there as long as you're subscribed to my channel, which I guess is an incentive for you to subscribe to my channel. But Demolition, I think, is largely taking care of that anyway. Yes, lots of clowning in chat. I appreciate that. Nutty. Demolition, how much anime do you watch? Are you only doing the Nani thing because I do that like facetiously? None. Okay, that's very funny to me. Which actually reminds me, so I've been trying to coordinate some like friend time with Tech Azurik, who is my close friend who I basically haven't talked to for a calendar year and just had his second child. And it involved like I decided that I wanted in order to like foster us being able to spend time together, we're like trying to do like a virtual activity that requires like a little bit of like resource investment. So I was like, I'm just gonna pay for this. It's not like a huge sum of money. I just don't want you to even worry about it. You have two kids, I don't care. So I'm just doing this. But like the thing that was like the message to send it to him had like it like had to have a theme, and the four choices were like birthday, something like celebration, which I think was supposed to be generic, some like other specific holiday, and then Christmas. And I was like, choose Christmas, optional message, Christmas is coming in all caps. And then when he got it, it was just immediately like, Christmas is coming. And I was like, I'm so glad you still, like, it's been a long time since my constable brother has played the Christmas chapters of Residents of Fate. So I'm glad that that, like, still resonated with him. Um, I'm looking forward to that, assuming it happens. Good luck to me. Life is hard. What else? What else? Do not see them available. You should probably just refresh the page. If you don't see the emotes, just refresh the page. So the thing is, I didn't want people to like start using them before I revealed them. So I had them offline at the start of the stream, and then when I was legitimately turning off the streamer bot thing because it's still broken, I like also just took that chance. I was gonna try and sneakily turn them on and see if anyone cared, and that worked nicely. Streamerbot, on the other hand, not working nicely. Thank you for the 5,000 bits demolition. Much appreciated. Definitely not necessary. Um, but yeah, I've been really excited about this ever since I had the idea. And at first I was like, do I do this like right now? Because like I know it's not gonna happen in time for Christmas. I could do it for like Mother's Day or something. And I was just like, no, I just want it to be a thing. So yeah, we have these now. I hope you like them. Uh, Yeah, I figured. I mean, like people could be coming in late. It's funny. Like I think Neko, I think you showed up like right as I just made them live. So like I wasn't sure if you would see them right away. But yeah, that's going on. Did I see Zacula show up? I did. Who's ready to either get a little bit of snow or be buried in an apocalyptic blizzard? Okay, let's touch back on this. So like where you all live, probably excluding Neko. I don't know if Neko is part of the snowpocalypse, but like what's like the average doomcast for this weekend regarding weather? Because like I said, like weirdly here in Florida for like this specific weekend, it's actually like I don't know if unseasonably warm is technically correct, but we're up like 16 degrees from the same time last week or something. Constantly in the negatives. How like double digit negatives? I mean, negatives are bad enough. We all know that the Fahrenheit scale is a percentage of how unpleasant the weather is. Double digits. That's bad. North Carolina getting ice cream. That feels like that's a vote of confidence because I think I'm the weird one who would happily get ice cream when it was snowing. I feel didn't we have like an exchange about this last week where I said it was like telling someone to get the ice cream and they were like it's cold and I was like so. Uh, Deco says in DC I've heard anywhere from 1 inch and a little bit of ice to like 2 feet and an amount of ice that will fracture reality. That's threatening. That feels like a super villain is like trying to like extort the city or something. Dave's due to get 8 to 14 inches. Yeah, that's like too many. Like 2 feet of snow in we're gonna generously just say 3 days for simplicity's sake. That's quite a lot. And then ice on top of that. And then snow cones on top of that. No one's been able to tell me anything more specific. Well, I assume that they just like swallowed all the tea leaves or something after reading them, or maybe before reading them, which makes the reading even less reliable. Flights are being canceled everywhere. High risk of death if power goes out. I mean, weirdly, I feel like both of those sentences are just like agnostically true here in 2026. Flights being canceled everywhere and just high risk of death, kind of full stop. You don't need the qualifier on that one. It's a bad time to be. If you had to like mysteriously go into a coma for like a whole year, 2026 might be a good one. Um, just today in the mail, I got a thing that was like, oh yeah, like Florida voters, you should like renew your like mail-in ballot status. I'm like, I don't know if that's like reliable. If like mail-in ballots in 2026 are a thing that will be like effective in the state of Florida, if we're being honest. Similar note, yesterday in the mail, I got something really weird, which a lot of bad stories start with me getting something weird in the mail. It will remain to be seen how bad this is. But like yesterday, I finally got my 2025 W-2s. And if you're not an American or you don't do your own taxes, that's basically like a tax form you get from your employer, assuming you have like one human employer entity, which like a large percentage of people do. But also, we live in like a gig economy where people have like 5 jobs and whatever, and that's fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's fine. It's specifically fine. Um, so I've worked for this company for I just like a week ago hit my like 6 year anniversary of working at this company, and they sure did something weird for the first time ever when giving me my W-2. When you do your taxes, if you do it through like TurboTax, which I have done forever, and I'm like increasingly close to trying to find like a tax expert and hope that if I pay them a little money, they'll just deal with it. I don't mind like keeping track of my receipts and income and stuff, but like just doing the taxes is really stressful, and they might have a better job of like how not to break stuff or like piss off the city of Los Angeles for like $1.29's worth of trouble. Um, but so when you do them, like there's a thing there's like some footnote somewhere that's like, here's what to do if you have like a revised or like two W-2s, which isn't like a thing that normally happens, which is why it gets its own like footnote of like, if something weird has happened, like you must do this. My single employer sent me two different W-2s, and at first I was like, did they do the fabled like edited W-2? A thing that I've heard about in whispers and legends, but have never known a person to end up with one of these. Um, and when I took a closer look at them, no. And also, like one of one of the W-2s is for like essentially like one pay period's worth of income. And I'm like, that's insane behavior. Like, what's going on here? And then, fortunately for me, when I logged into work this morning, I had like 3 emails from my boss that were all on this subject. And they were like, okay, so like fellow coworker from our department like called HR and asked them about this because none of us know what this is. And it turns out, so they're acting like this is really normal, but I'm pretty sure what happened is that like payroll did something like stupid or like forgot to do some like normal part of their job at the beginning of last year, and like the only way to solve it is to like wallpaper over it and just like hope it doesn't ruin anything. So like apparently what happened is that for a 2 week period last year, so the company I work for is a subsidiary of a much larger company. One of the W-2s is for the company I work for, which is where my W-2s have always come from. And then the much smaller W-2 is from the much larger company, the parent company. And I think that what happened is that like they were supposed to like, as normal, group our entire department in with the subsidiary company, and they like forgot to like dot an I or cross a T or something. And so there's like literally just like the first 2 weeks of last year were just considered like direct employees of the parent company, which isn't how anything works. And it just means that we have to file a second W-2. And from like the big bad horrible year where like I switched jobs and had like 3 W-2s from like different employers, I think that ends up being fine. Like I forgot that I did have to do that once, which is a great sign because that was a bad year for so many reasons. But like it's still just kind of annoying because like the like I'm signed up for this thing with the U.S. Postal Service, so like I get like advance notice of like what is going to be in my mailbox today, and I was like, that's weird. I don't know why I would get 2 W-2s, and then I open them. I'm like, why are the W-2s not the same W-2? And then I noticed the different parent company. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And then finally got the last piece of the puzzle from the work email thread. It was just like, this is a whole big dumb situation that I'm sure is like definitely someone's fault, and that person or group of people will not experience any ramifications because it's 2026 and we are fully off the concept of accountability. So to retroactively answer that question, Mystery, regrettably, no, not a bonus thing. Our company basically only does Christmas party that no one wants to go to as a bonus. So yeah, that's that's what that's like. Yeah, I'm glad that someone else shares my analysis of that, but like it really just feels like it doesn't necessarily surprise me that our department would be in some larger management system for like the parent company, but like someone was supposed to just sort of be like, and they're not their payments aren't processed through the parent company, they're processed through the subsidiary. But no, alas, earwax. People not on C-suite don't get bonuses in 2026. Well, obviously not, Zach. How do you expect to pay like millions of dollars to like ineffectual people who will like abandon the company with no sense of loyalty at the first sign of danger? Like the millions of dollars don't just come from nowhere. They come from all the other employees who make the company work and get no recognition. It's almost like you're not a CEO or a billionaire or something. But yeah, for those of you just joining us, which is Sarah, and by just joining us, I mean a few minutes ago. Hi, hello. It's the stream. You may notice that StreamerBot is having a little trouble today, so I had to turn off name game for the day. But in compensation for that, look what we have. It's new emotes. We got and if you missed the entire explanation, the new like quote unquote character is Anime My Mom. She's adorable, which accurately reflects my mom. She is great. We now have hug and pray, and also note for the purpose of Squirtle taking notes. I have no idea if that one will get used, but I want it. I just really wanted that one for me. Um, I'm still weighing the idea of trying to work with an animated emote artist to make an animated time wizard. That one's basically also just for me, but if I can get it to work good, it'd be really fun. I do like time wizard. I think you missed it before, Zagula, but Demolition also suggested that he may have overloaded it and broken it, which I don't think is a thing, but it sure is a coincidence, huh? Want to hear the conclusion of my epic job saga? I'm not sure I know the middle part of the epic job saga. That's really hard to say. It's much easier to write than it is to say. But yeah, I'll take it. I'll hear it. Oh please, my mom says she's not worthy of having two emotes. Come on, they're not even that expensive to do. Also, and I ended up feeling like I had to invest more in the stream to deal with tax write-offs for 2025. Yeah, we should get my mom to affiliate status so she can just have like all her own emotes. Had heated the school for like 5 weeks. Finally got to 9 degrees in New Jersey. You mean Celsius, right? I sure hope. Because 9 degrees Fahrenheit is not enough of them. What about the snowpocalypse hitting America? Well, that may factor into this story, Neko. Ooh, Zega got new paint delivered today. And you got it from the porch before it froze? That's good. I got something coming tomorrow. Cotillion sent me something. I think it was after Saturday's stream last week. Cotillion was like, I want you to read a Magic the Gathering book. Will you do it if I send it to you? And I was like, yeah, I suppose I'd do that. I've read a bunch of Magic the Gathering books before, and I'll do it again. Very good, because if it freezes, it's ruined. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Like, I can imagine a world in which maybe you'd be able to salvage it by like heating it enough, but like also just like the nature of like paint in a container. I could also see that being like an explosion hazard. Ask you how you know. Hey, Zacula, how do you know that? I'm sure it's not from firsthand experience. Well, it's all right. So, when the school went below freezing, as of Wednesday, the toilet froze in the building and burst a pipe, and then the sprinklers and fire alarms started going off, and the fire department showed up, and the fire marshal. So, I mean, the sprinklers were also frozen, or like triggering the sprinklers didn't also like explode the sprinkler pipes. That seems like a thing that could happen. Or, you like pay for a plumber to replumb your house, and then he like caves in your kitchen ceiling. Will I ever get over that emotionally? Absolutely not. It's from firsthand experience. Oh no, that's bad. I mean, those paints aren't cheap either, right? I mean, I don't think they're nearly as expensive as like the like models, but like, I don't think that's cheap. Needless to say, we had 84 kids crammed in a small atrium, yelling and screaming and throwing things, and it gave everyone a headache. And the hot, cold situation has been wearing everyone thin. I mean, so, like, seriously. I mean, everything about that is horrible. But, like, I know schools are underfunded, and so many other things related to that aren't even worth necessarily recounting. The ceiling in the room started collapsing. Yeah, I mean, and then the males were laying eggs. It just seems like there's no end to these problems. So the question I have is like, I get that funding is hard for a public school, but like, the like principal and the other administrative people and like the school board and whatever, like none of them was like sufficiently distressed by like these inhumane conditions to keep children in to like rally for that. Like was like no one trying. Like I know it's not like your responsibility, and I don't mean to imply that, but I'm saying like there's a bunch of people who make these decisions to varying degrees. None of these people are like, hey, you know what? Like maybe we figure out a way to like heat the school so we don't die of exposure indoors in a place where the government mandates that children spend their days. This is paint. It's not as expensive as you'd think. $4 to $7 for a bottle or pot, depending on the brand. Now that's a very small amount of paint. It works out to something like $70+ an ounce. It's 70. So you get like extremely small quantities in the bottles, then, huh? I mean, an ounce of paint can't be that large. But yeah, I mean, with the miniatures, you're not using that much at a time, but still. And I already have bad stomach issues, but apparently it was so bad I had a fever on Wednesday. I finally made it home. But the fire marshal has decided we are unfit to stay open and has shut down the building, so we go virtual on Wednesday due to the snow. That's what a great time. Not been able to eat full meals since Wednesday. Ugh, that's awful, Sarah. Yeah, that's not good. That's a bad time. That's a pretty. Hold on. How about one of these?
No!
And then this.
Yikes forever.
And then, like, definitely one of these.
Look at all this trash.
I love looking at all this trash. The best part of the entire game of Rosewater is look at all this trash. I'll say this. I haven't added this as a channel point redemption because I think I need to edit it to make it more even because the line delivery is like super wonked up. But I did get this after last week's Séance of Blake Manor. This is truly one of the all-time lines of dialogue from a video game.
I do not understand how being in a bathroom with two strangers is helping.
I mean, it's extremely long, and I'm not sure it's like useful for any general use, but it definitely lives on the soundboard. The best part of that, and there's no reasonable way to put the entire clip in a single sound bite because it would be like 8 seconds long. But like, if you didn't see that part of the stream where we did a ritual in a bathroom with two women and like one of them just actually says that line of dialogue when we start the ritual, that line of dialogue, and I'll give it to you again.
I do not understand how being in a bathroom with two strangers is helping.
The immediate follow-up to that is, but I'm excited to find out, which is like, it's just like, I don't know how to respond to that. Okay. I mean, I presume people did get wet at the school.
I might get wet down there.
$70 a liter. That makes so much more sense, Acula. It's like,
I might get
what, like,
wet
what?
down
I've seen the size of those miniatures paint bottles, and they're not big. They're certainly not big, but like I feel like they must be at least close to an ounce. So like it didn't make mathematical sense to me that could be like $4 to $7, but also an ounce would be like 70. 70 a liter makes more sense. Look at that. Now my mom has an emote to tell you that you are in her prayers. If it's any consolation, and it's not, and it shouldn't be, I also, for like no reason I could fathom, had like intense digestive distress on exactly Wednesday. I was basically like la da 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 all day, and then like at like 7 p.m. I was like, and now I'm dead. And I have truly not been able to figure out why that might have happened, let alone definitely how it did happen. Any other orders of business? I think I covered all the nonsense that I wanted to cover, which was extremely incoherent and all over the place. And also, we've learned of the plight of Sarah Rocks Aqua. What's up with you today? Rotten luck with tech or something? I mean, it's Steam's fault. It's all Steam's fault. It must be Steam's fault. What did you eat that day? Nothing that would explain that, or I would have had a conclusion. Okay, so let me do... I can't plug that in yet or it will ruin everything. Why do I feel like I'm missing a step here? I don't know what it is, so we'll just act like that's not true. Let's go over to the game. Let's turn the audio back on. I don't actually think I can continue game. Actually, no, it seems like that would work. Either way, it's fine. We're already here. We can't not go. Now, what must we do? This is a multi-step process. So, click into game. Plug in controller. Controller vibrates. Move mouse a little. Move controller a little. Hit pause on game. Move mouse over here to highlight chat. And then we're good. I think we're good now. Oh boy, I did not like the haunted controller stream. That was bad. Just waiting for the Snowpocalypse, not much else to do. I suppose that's true. Or you could come to Florida. Scenic Florida, where it's 80 all weekend. Out of spite for everyone. Okay, so let's talk about the Séance of Blake Manor. I don't know how to describe anything that happens in this game. The progression in this game is very deeply confusing. So, as you may observe, or remember, or some combination of those things, it is now day 2. It's technically day 3, but day 1 of the weekend is like 11 p.m. on Friday. So that's like the tutorial. And then you like start the second day, and then you like get like an hour into that or something. You're basically playing the feud. And literally every stream from the end of the tutorial till now has been day 2, Saturday of this weekend, that ends with a seance on Sunday night. So we finally did progress to Sunday, and that means that we hit up the masquerade ball on Saturday night. And boy, that went weird. Basically, we went into a room and everyone wore like cult robes and animal masks and like drank some like cursed champagne. And then we all tripped unbelievably hard and like had like a shared like imagined like nightmare space, and we like listened to various conversations of other people staying at the hotel, and I don't think very much of value was gained from that. But like once we had like passed all the time the game allotted for the party, then we suddenly like saw someone get kidnapped, but because like everyone was wearing robes and like wearing masks and like we're all like messed up from the cursed champagne, like we had no idea who it was, and we were just like chasing someone through the catacombs, and it like led to the same place that we believe Evelyn Dean disappeared at the edge of the hedge maze. And then we had like I think the dream was technically like after all that happened, we like saw Goibnu, the Irish god of smithing and probably the hearth or something, pointing at the portal, and then we like woke up, and then we were like finally able to like solve a few hypothesis mysteries, which was some good progress that followed. We had kind of a breakthrough in the last stream where I figured out that like a thing I needed to be doing was asking like a few like really stupid asinine like personal questions to various people, and then like that was like a necessary flag for the game to decide that I had solved their like individual mysteries of like what purpose they had in coming to the hotel and whatever, which was insanely annoying because like multiple times like I had reached a point of familiarity with the character and what their deal was, that they had like basically told me exactly what was going on. They'd be like, I'm trying to have a near-death experience so I could communicate with a guardian angel. And like I had like learned that extensively through various factors, and then like I like asked him about his pockets or something, and then it was like, you fully understand him now. And then I had like a brain blast, and then like I talked to him again like 5 seconds later and was like, hey, you're trying to have a near-death experience so that you can meet your guardian angel. And he's like, well, nothing gets past you, genius detective. number one, head of the World Detective Organization. It's like, no, you just said that. You said it to me. And that's like a whole bunch of last Saturday's stream was like that. But the good news is that we are making progress. The bad news is I'm still kind of convinced that I'm going to lose the game after spending like 40 hours on it, which is a really confusing thing to have happen. But like, it does seem like, hang on a second. When is some idiot is going to get a delivery this morning? And I need to be there for that, because then I can go in the basement, and I think that will give me access to 2 sets of keys I don't have. And then maybe I can, like, figure out the life story of the characters I haven't already done that for. It's supposed to be in the morning, isn't it? Shouldn't this be on my to-do list? Anyway, we'll sort that out in time, I suppose. That man is homunculus. Which man is homunculus? The priest who is dead? The dead man priest? Ah, this guy. Basement corridor. Okay, I already have an alert set for this. It's at noon. I feel like that's a problem, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know if it's important that I go to that mass. A bunch of characters said they were going to it. And of course, I don't have everyone's whole schedule written down. Oh, yes, and number one. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Actually, wait, no. Isn't it specifically the case that number one is, like, the only one who isn't a homunculus in, like, almost the entire game? Someday we'll have a conversation about, like, one of the interesting things that Raincoat did that I did give some credit for in the game. That, like, I don't think they optimized, but was kind of a cool idea. Okay, so we ended off last stream getting up like super late after like tripping really hard subsequent to the masquerade, and someone slipped an envelope under our door. Maybe it will contain a clue as to who got kidnapped, or maybe at the very least it will tell us one person who did not get kidnapped. What's this? An invite to lunch today with Marquess Blake at 1 p.m. in the dining hall. Interesting. That is interesting, but that's odd. I feel that's odd. Guess I'll just leave. Sunday the 31st of October. You won't believe this. It's Halloween Day. It's all Hallows Eve. Blake is like, stop ruining my sea ants. I'm surprised there aren't more people concerned about land ants.
Have you seen
mandatory
Darren?
eavesdrop?
He's meant to have been helping me move some supplies into the basement all morning.
Okay, 10 points to the magical house of whoever can tell me who Dara is without me looking it up. It's not important. I'm just letting you know I don't remember, and also wagering that you also don't either.
Once the delivery arrived, he's buggered off somewhere.
I don't. Maybe the service in the church?
Doesn't the service in the church happen in an hour?
Oh, he's holy all of a sudden, is he?
Is Dara related to Castle Arg? Possibly. Jacob says, I don't know anything about this game. I think I've talked about this before. Season 1 of Survivor has this thing that's still one of the funniest things I've ever seen. They had a challenge, like, really late in the game. I think there were only, like, 4 contestants left. And, like, the way it works was basically, like, the host sat the remaining players around, like, a campfire and told them, like, a legend local to wherever they were shooting it. I don't remember where that was. It was, like, 20,000 years ago. And he's like, here's how this works. Like, we've hung weirdly, like, Blair Witch style, a bunch of, like, video cameras from, like, trees in this area. Next to each one of those cameras is, like, a, comprehension question about the legend that I will read to you. You have to go to each one of the cameras and, like, correctly answer that question on videotape. And, like, the first person to successfully do that will, like, win the challenge. And there's this one guy, like, bless his heart or whatever, older gentleman. I think he was like mid 60s or even 70 at the time, and just like retained absolutely no information from the legend, but like was still like, what he kept doing is he would like go up to one of the cameras, read the question, and be like, I don't know, and then he would just like run to the next one like full speed, which is like fine, but you must remember that you had to get all of the answers correct in order for it to matter at all. So he just like ran to every camera in the absolute utmost hurry to like just record that he didn't know the answer like 8 times, which gave him no possibility of winning, but he still just like ran his heart out. So like basically I feel like the result I get if I like give Zacula a quiz about like anything that's going on in this game is just him being like, I don't know. Dinner at 7. Well, the silent dinner might be at a different time. I don't remember when the seance is, and you can't make me look it up.
Maybe? This event is bringing out all sorts of strange behavior in people.
Also, I'm pretty sure no one correctly answered it, and during the course of my rant, I remembered that D. Hunter is probably Dura, which means the stable guy.
Look, whatever she got you into, just be careful.
Oh, thanks for the concern, Seamus.
Whatever. I better get back to the stables. Can't leave the basement door just sitting open like that.
I can't hear anything else about these stables. Don't move. No, don't move. Dang it. I really wanted to just leave the basement open. What do you get out of here? No one likes you. What is a silent dinner, and why would you do it? I think they've described it as the silent dinner is like to attune everyone's spiritual energies for the sea ants. Nicholas says, I've missed some streams, so I haven't been introduced to every character in the game. I'm not sure that anyone who's seen every stream has been introduced to every character in the game. I'm not sure that I have. That's kind of where we're at. Okay, hang on. The place I want to go is like here. Alright, that guy was going to take photos of horses. I really do hate that man. Hey, can I interest you in setting your key down and then taking a nap?
What's taking him so long? Oh, sorry, sir. Can I help you with something?
Nicholas says, wouldn't a silent dinner just be a regular dinner? I mean, maybe if you're me and you eat all your meals alone in your own house because you don't go anywhere or talk to anyone. Let's discuss the evidence of the catacombs. I've heard the catacombs exist, but I've never been able to find them. Wait, how do you know about those? Wait, how did I know about them? I want to solve this guy's whole deal. This guy's making me crazy. For those of you who missed the stream, this guy is the porter. He's like he works here. I don't know exactly what a porter does. He moves stuff around, I think. But like he seems to be under the thrall of the skeleton priest. And like it seems like he's just like easily influenceable via like mystical means, but like also is just like constantly in a trance, and like you'll ask him a question and he'll answer and be like, I don't know why I know that. And like I want to know exactly what happened to him, and also where his keys are. I want them. First they shenan once, then they shenan again. So true. Truer words never spoken, at least not on this week's episode of Starfleet Academy. Okay, what else? Let's ask this man about the hedonistic ball. I wouldn't have expected the manor to put on a party such as that ball. They act so high and mighty, these people, but there's not much difference between them and us. They just pretend there is, that's all. Was it good? Listen, I'm gonna level with you, chat. I mean, I'm not one for a regular party. Like the dress up party, maybe. The cult overtones, not loving it. The like mandatory toast of like cursed alcohol, extremely not my vibe. Also, didn't love the part where like the angry ghost of my brother tried to beckon me off the path as I followed a kidnapper to try and save a life while completely inebriated. Kind of hated every part of that. So if I'm gonna be like super real with you, I'm gonna say that no, that was not an especially good time. It wasn't my kind of gathering. I prefer a Magic the Gathering. Shame, look fun from out here. I think that's all the TV there is for this guy. Man, this guy sucks. I hate this guy. Just tell me your life story, idiot. I want to talk to you. I still have not, like, resolved your whole thing, huh?
Mr. Ward, what can I do for you?
I have to ask him about his personal stuff. I think that might trigger his whatever, his brain blast. It says, I've eaten the magic brownies and it never goes well. Have you all seen there's some meme that's like on regular rotation making rounds around the internet of like they should make like virgin edibles, and people are like, you mean baked goods? Like regular baked goods? All right, let's discuss your raw hands, which I'm gonna be honest, if someone did that to me and I didn't know them very well, I'd probably be annoyed about it. Forgive me for asking, but are your hands okay? Oh, ha. Yes, they are. I work with chemicals, carbolic acid, and to sterilize wounds. We did it. We found the typo. Is there a prize? And various others to develop pictures. It has left my hands looking worse for wear, though. Tell me about your Celtic cross tie pin. Its habit, settles patience. I forgot I even had it on. I'm a pagan myself, but this is Ireland. A strong sense of guilt and shame has been bred into even the freest of us. Yeah, I got some of that. Hey, how about your aunt's shadow? I don't really care, but I just need to solve you as a person. Have you been apprenticing under Fia for long? I have, for too long in truth. I've learned everything she has to teach me, but still I am an apprentice. She does not like my modern approach to the role. She believes it distracts me from the work, but to adapt is the work. If only I could get her to see modern problems require modern solutions. And now I will ask you about the hedonist ball. Can't say I was expecting that. Me neither. Thankfully, I got a whiff of the drink and knew something was off. Since they alter one's mind state, knowing you've taken a hallucinogen can lead to a very different experience than not knowing. You didn't take it then? No, that's definitely not what he said. If you listen to what he said, he definitely didn't say that. He very specifically said not that. I don't want to talk to you. I asked this idiot about...
I have to be home.
For now.
Be well.
I don't know... So he's not going to tell me about his ghost horse photos, huh? Where's the guy supposed to get, like, a combination of the safe and the stables? Or, like, the ability to go in the basement? Yeah, any emote that is tied to general subscription benefit should go live on Discord. I have no idea how long it takes, but it shouldn't take that long. Demolition says they're online. I will say the ones that are for the follow emotes, those do not carry over automatically, which makes some amount of sense, but still feels weirdly unintuitive. Want a hint for the save? Is it something I should know? Because if not, nah. Like, I am fully... There we go. I don't know why the mouse cursor was just, like, hanging out. I am fully mentally prepared and on track to just lose the game, and that's just fine. Those save codes are in their same rooms. That's interesting. I suppose that's something I could have intuited from the information available to me. I mean, I'll say this. I don't think that helps. Because I think that if that would have helped me, I probably would have already gotten there, right? Like, I think I've looked at every object in this room. Like, nothing seems to have a time cost associated with it. The vehicle have a license plate? No, it's 1897 and also driven by a horse. He said confidently without having checked first. So, where are we at? Show me the mysteries I'm working on. So, I need to find an urn that's in the basement for Arwa Hisham. That is, like, I just need to get in the basement, so that will arguably resolve itself to some extent. Thea wants me to help her do a ritual to, like, fortify the land against the sea ants. I am missing, like, 2 alchemical ingredients that I have, like, clues written down for, but I'm not gonna go bring them up because they'll be annoying. And I need, like, a blue metal and, like, a toxin or something. I think I have all the other stuff, I think. Toxin could be something that her brother has, which would actually make consistent sense. Because when I talked to him about it, he said I should probably get some, like, modern materials, and that would sort of show her who's the boss, which is Tony Danza. And then, oh yeah, this guy needs me to find a representative of, like, Brid or something, so that I can, like, banish his friend to the Shadow Realm. Dude, I'm not passing this game. I don't know what winning or losing this game looks like, even a little bit, but I can tell you that I'm not winning it. What if the real sea ants was the friends we made along the way? I feel like that could only possibly apply if we made friends with a bunch of aquatic insects. So in theory, like, someone is gone. Like, some person should be missing now. Can I just go in the ballroom now? Are there clues in the ball? Oh, God. They didn't really give us a good look at it in the cutscene. That's not how the cutscenes in this game work. Hey, what about that eagle vision my ancestors gave me? So I do think the ballroom has a door that leads out to, like, the walled garden, which is probably that. One in the atrium, one across from the drawing room. So this, unsurprisingly, probably the secret doorway, huh? Hmm? Do not make a habit of being friends with aquatic insects. I didn't say that. I'm just saying that if we didn't befriend aquatic insects on the specific journey you're referring to, then we probably didn't. Then the sea ants probably aren't the specific friends that we made along the way. That's what I'm saying to you. A lot of catacombs. This feels very blueprinty. This sucks. I'm, like, for sure gonna die here, right? What's weird is I almost get the sense that, like, there's, like, basement keys that would, like, also open these doors, but they don't seem to be openable doors. So this takes us... I'm gonna do that. It doesn't have a time cost. Oh, it does have a time cost. Well, right. I'll down the entire time. This. I've done surprisingly few. What? What? Domestic legs were made for that many frames. What? Why? Why is Darkside Detective in the basement? What? Same devs? That's so weird. Well, I didn't read that because I was having a panic attack. If you clip it, go ahead and clip that, and then you can read it. There you go. Yeah, I was definitely Officer Dooley in this game. Okay, what's going on over here? Huh. So this must be the way we went, yeah? Ooh, give me that mask. That feels like a clue. This is falling off the kidnap victim. There's something stuck to the inside. A long red hair? We have more red-haired people than Fia? I guess it could arguably be O'Finn. Not a lot of redheads for Ireland. Curious. But that was in fact evidence. Called that. Yeah, that's a pretty wild Easter egg for anyone who didn't play Darkside Detective. So you can't go back in there, huh? I was kind of worried about that, but so that takes us out here, and then yada yada yada. Oh, hello. Ooh, what a weird pairing. Hello.
Yeah. If I'd known you were here, I would have made my excuses much earlier. You
No,
could have
wait, she told
me.
us about this, right? Like, he used to be an employee of, like, a different estate that she visited or lived at or something?
Now, what excuse would you have to come to a place like this, lass?
A fervent desire for more rain.
I guess she doesn't live in Ireland? No, she would, right? I don't know.
That might have done it. But I thought maybe it would be best to let you get along with things, and you've done well at it, it seems. And not that I haven't missed you. It's good to see you. How are things back home, as it goes?
Oh, well, Johnny got married last spring, and Mother's got plans for Cecil. Though he's doing what he does best, and avoiding that at all costs.
Confirm back
He'll
then?
come round to it. But he's usually in Edinburgh, not home. So these days, when I am home, it's only me and Mother and Father. We have a new stable master, of course, but I don't like him half as much as you. Neither do the boys, I don't think.
That would be hard if you did, love. But, how are you these days, with the under Sherlock?
I do alright, I think. But they still don't know what to do with me. That's why I spend all that time in London these days.
Surely I'm going to have to go to the library and look up whatever the heck that
They don't
means.
know of the tradition like people back home. But at least there are all these people that like to hear about it.
That's quite the collection, if the people attending this thing are anything to go by. Speaking of the like, how are you, lass? With your sight?
See, at first I assumed he was asking about the site, but her response suggested that's not what we were doing. It says, these people are so unobservant, all of them. I don't know what you mean. Just because, like, I'm, like, 5 paces away staring directly at them, and even the one who's looking in my direction doesn't see me here?
I wish I could see. It's not back. And if it is, it's too blurry to see. Hard to think I would miss it, but it doesn't feel right not to have it either.
All being as it should be. It'll be better soon.
Weird way of saying whatever that means. Hang on, I have evidence of their relationship, which I'm pretty sure I already knew. So it looks like his mystery is the relationship there, right? May find some useful information by searching where Mr. Hunter works. I don't agree with that. I've looked over there and there's like nothing interesting or useful. Sunday at noon. Investigate the stables. Investigate Mr. Hunter's bedroom. I assume I can't do that, or I probably would have already, right? Matt. What the heck is his bedroom? Where would one go to find such a thing? I don't know. Like, most or all of the rooms in the manor itself are, like, guests.
Hello, Mr.
I definitely wasn't listening to what you just said. Unrelated. How about that relationship you guys have? And apparently I can ask, is that Seamus about that? And you knew Mr. Hunter before this event, didn't you? Yes, Derek was the groundskeeper on my family estate when I was growing up. I've known him since I was very small. Not young, mind you, just tiny. Spell made me huge. And he was a tremendous help when my second sight came in. No one else really knew what to do with me. It runs in bloodlines, you see, but I have it much more fiercely than anyone in my family's living memory. I was so happy to see him here. I've always considered him a good friend, but we've been trying to be discreet. Some people think it's improper. I think it's silly. I've met plenty of terrible men in far better standing. We're all just people, no matter our station. Don't you agree, Mr. Ward? But I won't risk him his job. So discreet it is. And how about... Oh, it's 11-11. Make a wish. I wish that I don't lose this game. But I'm not optimistic. Let's ask about the hedonistic ball. Do events like these usually have parties such as last night's? For once, I was glad that my sight was dulled. I saw quite enough as it was. It was as if everyone took on the personas of their costumes, and I was talking with... No, 2, 3 ghosts for a while. I only realized they were not answering... me back. I think she means, like, I only just realized, but I feel like without that word, that sentence sounds weird. I even saw a giant one at some point.
I'll let you...
You there.
Mr. Wall.
Suppose I can ask this guy... Ooh, I can ask this guy a bunch of crap, huh? Must not have talked to you recently. Did I not ask this guy? No, I don't care about this. I don't think. No, I don't care about that. Oh, let's ask him about the catacombs. There are tunnels beneath the house. Catacombs really filled with skeletons. No, there can't be. I'd know about something like that. I've been working here for years and I wouldn't have missed... How can I miss that? How about your relationship with this lady... Hi, Mr. Ward, I knew her before. Previous posting, I worked for her family. Known her since she was a bairn, which I guess is something really small. She's like a daughter to me. I've always done my best to look after her when others couldn't. How about the clandestine meeting that she had with that guy? Seems like Miss McLeod stepped off to meet Mr. O'Mara without her chaperone. Without her... But then why have the chaperone here at all? That girl, I swear she's going about this all wrong. Not wrong. Oh, maybe I can ask... Maybe I can get something useful from him about her second sight because of their history that would make her situation solvable? She claims to have an ability she calls second sight. Do you know anything about that? The gift of foresight. It's passed down through families back home. Not every generation gets it. If that girl tells you something's about to happen, Mr. Ward, you best heed her. Could be a lot depending on it. It's so hard to know what matters in this game, and the answer is usually nothing. How about the... Yeah, let me ask him about... If he's the only person I can ask about this, let me ask him about the stall door that he was working on the night of the bridge game. Maybe somehow this is the thing I've been missing to break that case wide open. It's not, don't worry. You said you were repairing the stable door on Tuesday evening. I would have been Tuesday. Had to do it right when it was broken. Saved me from making up another stall. I think I missed some meetings for it. The horses may have my best interests in mind. Lol. I'm not even... how about that portal? Don't think me a madman for asking this. Have you ever seen a portal? Portal like a window? More like a portal to, like, Tirna Nog? If you mean to say a portal to another world, then no. I've not seen something like that in my time here. But if you saw one or think you did, I'd believe it. This place has secrets for sure, and it's selective about who it shows them to. Alright, I'm going to ask about their marriage plans, because I definitely have to sort out something about that. And then maybe ask him about his outdoor clothes. I've heard a conversation about one of the young ladies looking for a suitor here. Have you heard anything about it? If I did, Mr. Ward, I wouldn't say so. No good having the staff gossiping about the guests. But with that said, the young lady has my best wishes. Brave girl. Clever girl. May I ask about your clothes I don't care about? Take you don't have to dress up like the other staff. Horses don't care whether you're wearing a suit or anything otherwise. Chat, make note of that. That seems important. And almost everything else is easier to work in. Besides, if I had to worry about keeping my clothes as pristine as the indoor staff wear their uniforms, I'd never get anything done. God, I learned nothing in like 15 minutes. This game is a brilliant kind of agony, wouldn't you say? Versus like you when you're naked. That was my takeaway from that too. Alright, first things first. Who's here? So, if Thea is here, does that not strongly suggest that everyone's favorite actual druid character was the one who got kidnapped? And if that's true, why? Of all people, like, why? That just feels odd to me. So, what I want is straight through, left, right, left. Left. Right. Not interactable, huh? I thought that might be different today. Maybe that's foolish of me, but I thought it might be different. Go this way, because I think this takes you past the anvil, which maybe also looks different today. It's not. It's not different at all. No change. No change at all. So, timetable. Protestant services now. Catholic services at noon. I should probably look at the church now. I think it might be a good idea to talk to the scrying folk, but at the same time, like... I'm at a loss, gang. I think I'm, like, losing this game super hard. Serious question, chat. On a scale of 1 to 100, what do we think is the likelihood that we get, like, a not bad ending? I want to give you a chance first, but I think I got something locked in. I think is this the direction of the church, or am I making that up? It does appear to be unlocked, so I think I'm remembering that correctly. Let's do a save. Yeah, this one. There's so much information to sort through. That is putting it lightly. There's a service on in the church at the moment. Nicole says she will abstain for Velox. Now, I feel like you're doing that just because you think that missing 2 streams changes your ability to evaluate this, and I, like, promise it doesn't. Like, at all. Can I, like, read any of these? Is there, like, a puzzle here I gotta do or something? It'd be really hard to tell if exactly one of these graves mattered at all. That says, it'd be really funny to get to the end of the game and find out it's actually fully deterministic aside from random game overs. There's only one ending. That would be insane. Like, that would be, like, really confusing to comprehend, and would also be, like, insanely annoying to learn. Eavesdrop.
The distinction is, to be particular, that archaeologists study physical objects, but much of it is found buried, yes.
And that is where you found those jars for me?
In short, yes. But I was on the hunt for something else. A vase.
I wonder if there's a higher incidence of, like, these conversations on day 2 that are supposed to, like, catch you up to speed. So far, I don't think they've been very helpful.
Oh?
Over 100 years ago, a vase was unearthed from an unidentified tomb in what used to be Nubia. It was found with the canopic jars.
For some reason, my brain read that sentence as, like, it was found in the canopic wars,
It took the place
which are
among
gross,
the set
awful-sounding wars.
of the jar that would have held the entombed's heart. And yet, it was empty.
Well, I think I can deduce that what happened is that last Christmas, I gave them my heart, and the very next day they gave it away, so the vase was empty. Does that track? I think that works. Special delivery soon. Welcome, Funny Godmother. Welcome to the stream. Hey, look what has happened this week. Look what's live. Check out the emotes. We got mom emotes. Also that Squirtle I mentioned earlier.
Rotted away?
No. There are mummified hearts that have lasted thousands of years.
Gross.
And the jar was still sealed.
Gross. Also
The
gross.
jar, a vase, really, contained only wood ash.
And whose tomb was it?
It was unmarked. Unknown. Likely,
The tomb of
whoever was
404.
buried there wished to be unknown. Or forgotten. I think it was the real final resting place of Nectonebo II.
That sounds made up.
His royal sarcophagus was never used. He fled after defeat by the Persians and ended up in...
This is the 4th time I've made large mom modes. Are you going to track that for eternity?
Nubia?
Yes, exactly this. Notably, he was considered to be a powerful magician.
A dark magician, the ultimate wizard in terms of attacks and defense?
So you suspect the missing heart is related to that?
I do not think the heart was missing. I think perhaps it was destroyed in some ritual of his.
Maybe it's like that famous scene from One Tree Hill where, like, some guy is, like, waiting a heart transplant, and then, like, some guy just, like, trips with his, like, regular like lunch cooler and drops a heart on the floor, and then like a dog just comes by and eats it, and then everyone's just kind of like, I don't know what to do now.
Truly, I do not know. And the vase was taken, making it hard to study.
That does make it hard to study, I'll give you
Any
that.
idea who pilfered it?
Thanks to our Miss Dean, I now know the last documented person to have had the vase. Bernard Blake, a great-granduncle of the Marquess, though he never held the title himself.
One Tree Hill reference is crazy in 2026. I mean, it's crazier because like I've seen like 2 hours of One Tree Hill in my life, but also I've definitely seen that scene like memed on quite a lot.
And do you think your vase, it is here?
Guys, I know that Zacula's a little sensitive to this, but he is completely right that like you all need to get to the point, because like I've known about this vase situation for like 6 real world in-game hours. So like you harping on the vase when I know it's in the basement and I need to get there is not helping anyone.
This is where my trail ends, so I'm hopeful. But I have searched this place as much as I can. There is only the basement and the residence.
Well,
There's also catacombs, but as far as I can tell, it's not
if
there
I can
either.
help, I will. I am indebted for the jars.
No, that favor was paid for many times over by Evelyn in getting me this close.
I don't think that's how stuff works.
May her kindness to us both be repaid by her imminent return.
There goes this vase. Why would it be in the basement? The flowers won't get any sun down there. Because it's a heart vase. That's what these characters have been talking about for 32 in-game years.
I hope so.
I don't actually think I need to talk to either of these people. I just need to get the stupid vase. Can I not walk? What's with this force field? Alright, I guess I'm just supposed to ignore most of the graveyard, despite this game's like gothic, like magic overtones. And it seeming like the graveyard should probably be important. I guess we'll just not. Oh, what else we got going on here? Anything important? Like a... Oh, that's a real mausoleum door as opposed to all the other fake grave garbage. Look at all this trash. Alright, I'll spend a time unit on this. Locked. I mean, I figured... Alright, the main thing I think I should do here is this. Speaking of, Nintendo has a raccoon racing game released this week. Can I clarify that you just... Speaking of, as in Zacula's sensitivity to raccoons? Is that what we're saying? These aren't very helpful mausoleums, unsurprisingly. Surprise invite to speak in the UK. Oh, really? Like, that just happens to coincide with the trip you're taking to the UK, Funny Governor? That's crazy. Randomly invented a newsletter and got almost 700 subscribers in a day. I mean, that seems on brand. Ooh, it only costs 1 to go in the church? I'm still... No, I'll save over the last one. I spent like 2 minutes in here or something. It's fine. This was the point I was trying to get at, if that wasn't clear. Zacula says, okay, I don't have a sensitivity to raccoons. I have a sensitivity to a wild raccoon being in my laundry room. Yeah, that's my... This is why I was like, wait, I'm not sure that's... I don't think that's the correct takeaway from the... There was a raccoon in Zacula's laundry room story. Like, that's not sensitive. That's a normal human response to raccoon. Different UK trip. Is that weirder? I honestly can't tell if that's weirder or less weird than that, like, happening to coincide when you're already going to the UK. Okay. Hang on.
Now, before we continue today's service,
He did not say the
I wish
word
to
now.
discuss this grand seance you're all here to attend this evening.
Stay for a while for 16 time units. I think 16 is a fair number of time units to spend, and also I did just say, but like, I think so. I think we do that, yeah?
A word of caution on the whole affair. There is certainly a temptation in this world to search for answers that seem beyond us. I understand that the loss of a loved one, for example, can compel a person to seek truths in unusual ways. But the Lord does not set upon our shoulders more than we can bear. And if there are truths to be found, He will lead us to them.
This is an argument that I find weird, and I promise I'm not trying to be, like, super negative or whatever, but, like, I genuinely have, like, a difficult time reconciling for myself when people are like, yeah, like, you know, God will lead you to what you need, but don't do this thing in particular that might be a way to get those answers. It's like, well, is it not possible that God is, like, leading you to that as the means by which you get the answer if He has the capacity to lead you to them? Like, it just strikes me as, like, a weird argument of, like, yeah, like, the Lord works in mysterious ways, but not like that. Not like you're thinking. Don't do that.
If there are questions we need answered, He will provide those answers. And if the questions remain unanswered,
We'll make sure to engrave them in stone so you'll know that they're from Him.
We must have trust in the Lord. We must trust that He will lead us to where we need to be. I implore you to keep this in mind as Halloween passes and we bring in the dawn of All Saints' Day.
I have extremely bad news for you regarding your optimism for All Saints' Day, given the several random game overs I've gotten that suggest that if I don't stop the seance from happening, that everybody dies.
And I will pray for you all, that your better nature and your faith prevails, where it might otherwise waver. Marquess, please, be reasonable.
What the heck?
I should follow him.
I should follow him. I'm deeply confused as to what's going on. Also, I really feel like we could have given this guy a different design. He looks like well-to-do Hitler, and I really hate it. Also, just incidentally, while I'm in danger of threading the needle about talking about religion at all on the internet, it's funny to me that, like, you can casually attend a mass for, like, 16 minutes. Like, that's not how long a service is. 6 facts uncovered. What on earth? Oh no, it's because I finally have a profile page for the Marquess. That's what's happening, isn't it? Can I even go back in here? Weirdly, I can. I'm gonna do an ill-advised another save. You've been to a 15-minute mass at Wildwood? Tell me about this 15-minute mass. Oh, I get to analyze him. Haunted expression. There's a troubled look in his eyes. Pocket watch. Though he might hide it, he's keeping a close eye on the time. Tired shoulders. He looks exhausted. And like he's been exhausted for a very long time at that. Where's the fourth one? Oh, it's his buttons? Proud stature. Open, straight stance. As is so common with the gentry. Hey, buddy.
A new guest. You would be Mr. Ward, then.
Clearly, I meant to have talked to this guy yesterday.
I am the Marquess of Doon, Jonathan Blake. A pleasure.
What a fake title. That's so not real. Wait, does the book Dune have a Marquess in it? Is that something?
You have the better of me, sir.
So the 15-minute ceremony was like a well-oiled machine. Giant high school gym clearly done for tourists. Get in, do readings, communion, peace out, no music. You could be a Catholic and still be on vacation. Jersey Catholics, apparently. It's not a bad idea. I don't, however, know if that's somehow considered, like, sacrilegious. Like, I don't know if that's, like, enough outside the norm that's, like, that should upset some... I don't know. It says, I don't recall anyone in Dune with that title and have read them all. That's good enough for me.
Not really. I know nothing more than your name. That is why I invited you to lunch today, to meet you before the seance later. I do hope you will attend.
Probably, although it may result in everyone's death.
Thank you for the invite, Marcus. I certainly hope to see you there.
I swear to God, people pronounce that imaginary title differently.
Well then, Mr. Ward, welcome to my home and to the grand seance. I hope whatever you are looking for, you find it here.
It's like hundreds of people who would never come there again, and the local church raised lots of money. I think it's a smart way for the parish to shore up their numbers. Very good. Very good. Snaps for that, as my old coworker would say. Oh, brother. So, the Marquess was at the bridge game. I feel like asking him about that is stupid. I guess I could ask him about Lady Wilhelmina, but I don't think I'll get much of value. God, I'm so doomed. I'm like there's like no shot. By the way, my guess was like, I think I got like a 12% chance of getting like a non-bad ending, which is not, those aren't good figures. Let me ask him about his fall from grace, I guess. What a great way to start a conversation with a well-to-do Hitler guy. And like, this must seem strange to your peers. Mr. Ward, I have no peers. This is my land and my coin. I will make use of it in any way I wish. Let the babbling masses complain. It only serves to highlight how little they understand or dare to understand. Are you haunted by actual ghosts? They're kind of a thing here. You seem worried. Is everything alright? Do I now? I suppose it is fair to say I have a lot riding on this event. Once it is done, it will be nice to return to the way things were and relax for a spell. What type of spell? Fireball? A pocket watch. A pocket watch. A pocket watch. A pocket watch. Keep an eye on the time. The seance has been in my planning for some time now. As we near the seance itself, it feels as if time is slowing. I am most eager to get it. How about your shoulders? Tell me about your shoulders. My sister says we're going to New York and the wind chill will be negative. We'll definitely be fine and not a problem. I sure hope you have good cause to be there, just because I don't want to go outside at all in the thing that seems to be happening this weekend. You look to be carrying the weight of the world upon your shoulder. Dude, this guy has like zero charisma. I don't know how it is that we haven't been like beaten to death by like every guest here. Like, I feel like it's worse with this guy because he's, like, rich and the host of the weekend and could easily kick me out of his house. But, like, I feel like everything we say to him is basically like, wow, you look tired and hideous. These last few years have not been easy, but that will all be in the past soon. A new day, a new chapter is only hours away. He's clearly trying to summon his dead wife, right? He's doing a full-on, what's that game I hate? Two Souls? He's doing a Two Souls? Beyond Two Souls? Okay. Let's ask about Lady Wilhelmina. Does the name Wilhelmina Blake mean anything to you? Broadway tickets. Do I know about this one? I'm sure I should. Like, you have, like, West End tickets when you're going to the UK. What are the Broadway tickets? Because it's not Waiting for Godot. That one already happened. That was the last year. She's a great aunt of mine, if I'm not mistaken. I don't recall much about her. She disappeared long before I arrived in the world, but yes, I do recall that she disappeared. I have a portrait of her in the lobby, I believe, and no doubt something on her in the library, if you're interested. Ask about your stature? Must be cool to be you. It is, I cannot lie. The title means less nowadays. The family is smaller, the holdings smaller still. It is my hope that turning the manor into a hotel and hosting this event will play their parts in reinvigorating the role before I pass it on to Walter. Oh, Moulin Rouge. That's sick. I don't think I did know about that one. Let me ask this man about Miss Dean's invitation. He's like one of the only people I haven't asked about it, and he's most likely to be able to answer my question. Did you personally invite Miss Dean to the manor? The only guest that was invited was Miss Mantovani. Her name was enough to bring the rest. Miss Dean's late departure is frustrating enough without her having been invited. Wait, what? Her late departure? What do you mean by that? Because, like, I showed up later than her, and, like, 2 other people did, too. And you don't seem mad about them. But, like, you can't mean departure from here, because that can't be late, because she left way earlier than anyone else when she got kidnapped by an Irish god. I didn't understand that answer at all. What's the deal with this carriage accident? I don't remember this thing at all. I can apparently only talk to the 2 Blakes about it. Guess I might as well do that. What caused the carriage accident? 3 years ago, Mary had taken the boy to Guildford for a treat. To see the boats. That's so sad. That's such like a simple thing. I just want that to work out, even though I already know it failed and they're all fictional characters. That just bums me out. I suspect there was no reason for it other than her good heart. A storm came in that day quickly. The driver suggested they return to the manor before it became too severe. But they left too late. The roads were muddy, the winds were strong, a tree fell, and in his effort to avoid it, the driver lost control of the carriage. It tumbled and Mary was, well, gone. The driver, bless him, managed to pull Walter out and carried him back to the manor. The driver succumbed to his own injuries a few hours later, bleeding out. No doctor could get there in time to save him. That this happened on October 31st is an irony not lost on me, though it is entirely coincidental. Is it, though? Are you sure about that? I should probably ask this guy about Mary Blake, who I've asked, like, truly none about. I've asked no one about this. I heard of your late wife. It's almost as though I just asked about her. This game is fine. Thanks, Mr. Ward. You know, it was a controversial marriage. Her family were not of a high enough status for my title. My Aunt Catherine, God rest her soul, was just glad I had married at all. She felt I had thrown too much of myself into this hotel business. She was right, of course. After the hardships of the famines, I had felt it was important to secure the family house and finances, but for whom with no heirs? But then, if Mary had not come to stay here, we would never have met, and so the great wheel turns. Have you ever felt love? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, Mr. Ward. She unlocked me. Oh, so she was the keymaster. Got it. That's how I describe it. She was my everything. I'm sorry, Mr. Ward. You'll have to excuse me a moment. I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting close. Thank you. Now, where were we? Oh, let's ask about the end of the line. Are there many Blakes left? Nah, the manor was full once, the family larger. Now it's just Walter and I. No doubt some distant relatives exist somewhere, but I don't know of them. The numbers dwindle each generation. Tragedy and marriage into other families. The west of Ireland is very remote. Once a woman has been betrothed, she rarely keeps in touch, and is even less likely to return. There's like a limit to how many times I'll be able to talk to this guy, I think. Let me ask him about his son. Not had the pleasure of meeting your son, nor will you. With respect, sir, I do not think this event is suitable for him. Too many strange ideas for his young mind. It is bad enough I have strayed down this path. If my wildest dreams come true and I see my wife, then I will be fit to deal with whatever that does to me. But he is just a boy. I fear what seeing her like that might do to him, or not seeing her. That, too, would be hard on him. I would do anything to protect that boy, and so I have ordered him to stay in our residence until this whole ordeal is over. I don't want to spend the time on it, but I'm going to ask him about the ball. If you'll forgive my forwardness, I was not expecting a gala like the one last night. I assure you, Mr. Ward, neither was I, but these things, rituals I mean, have, well, rituals. You mean to say it was part of the seance? Part of the preparation for it, yes. Tonight we performed the seance, but we've been hurtling toward it for some time now. With the ball, we crossed one of the final thresholds, the point of no return. Oh, I like that. That's a good Phantom of the Opera song. Demolition said... Side note, I've now watched all Jeff Goldblum movies this month. So when you say that, you mean that you've watched every Jeff Goldblum movie during the 23 days of January of 2026. Not that, like, you finished watching those? Like the ones you hadn't seen or something? Been like 20 movies I've seen. It's a lot of movies. Let's do...
If you'll excuse me.
Of course.
Let's look at her gravestone. Here lies Marchioness Mary Elizabeth Blake, née Brown, beloved daughter, wife, and pillar of the community. May the good Lord keep you ever by his side, my love. Dude, I'm so going to lose this game. I don't know how to not lose this game. I have no idea. Oh, that's the exit door. I don't know why it gives me the ability to analyze him as if I haven't talked to him more than the majority of characters in the house.
Hello again. Not at all, Mr.
I don't know how to not lose this game. For real. Did you lose if you had fun? I see what you're doing there, but like, yeah, I think games have lose conditions, is a thing that I believe to be true. We're gonna talk to those idiots. It's weird that there's like, I believe there was a thing in the game that basically suggested I should be able to like talk to Walter. Like I should be able to get into the residence, but like, I don't think that's... It's heavily implied that's not true. Missing anything out here? Oh, actually, this is a shortcut to the catacombs, which I would like to go back into. So, I did that side and immediately hit that, which is a way out into the walled garden. Look at cage door? Why look at cage door? Why only that one cage door and not most cage doors? Let me check that middle path. Tycho says, I said that to Salem the last time we played Warhammer. They wiped the floor with me and they were like, yeah, you're still lost. Oof. I mean, again, I see where you're going. And I think it's like maybe a good mentality to have. But like, if everyone dies in the seance, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that means that I did a bad job and lost the video game. The heck's with this stupid room? Why exist it? Dude, I don't know what to do with these idiot catacombs for babies. Check that one. I can't pick up the lantern. Is there like only like there's something weird going on down here. Only got 6 minutes till noon. I'm like super duper screwed. Right, that's that. Nothing else in here, right? That's a dead end corner. So this is one I can look at. Looks like it was recently used. I wonder who might have a key. Lead to Victoria Lau. Explain why I would know that, video game. I guess that was a good time unit to use. So this... That's the exit I already used, right? Yeah, okay. Stupid mouse. Go away. Guys, I'm really concerned about the Séance of Blake Manor. Both in a literal sense, that I don't think I'm going to stop the seance and everybody will die. But also, and I want to be really clear that this is more a matter of the fact that I am the one playing this game and thus paying the most attention. And not that I think anyone else here is like less capable of playing a video game than I am. Heaven forbid. I'm the worst among us, for sure. But like, if I'm paying the most attention to this game and I can't figure out how to stop the seance, I'm concerned that the majority of people playing this game may struggle to stop the seance. Take me to the atrium. Take me to the chorus. Echo says, I'm absolutely less capable of paying attention to this game than you are. Even if I was playing this myself, I'd have no idea what was going on. I mean, you say that as if you think I have some idea what's going on. Technically, I'm, like, retaining more information, but I don't really know what's going on. Well, I sure wish I did know what was going on. That'd be nice. Demotion says I need a blueprint-style notebook to keep up. Demotion, you were also the one who was saying that the inventory management system in this game wasn't bad. I feel like those two statements are at odds. Retaining and repeating information isn't the same thing as understanding. Has anyone told the American school system this? No, I think they were too busy trying to freeze Sarah to death for no particular gain. There's no time cost associated. I really thought for a second there I might be able to do that. This just says, the thing about Game Today is that they think we have all the brain cycles lying around. I mean... Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Particularly the assessment that that's not necessarily a fair assessment. Look at that bust. He says for the first time in his life. Alright. Sorry everyone. All the women in my family are in chat. I don't know why I'm like this. What am I doing? Where would I go? How do I be doing? Let me go back to the atrium. Yeah, he would be totally prepared to remember a whole other world after a day of existential dread and trying to survive a dying democracy. Dude, I haven't been able to, like, convince myself to play, like, an hour of Pokemon ZA in, like, 3 weeks. And it's, like, one of the main things I want to do in my whole life. But it's like, every time I have, like, an hour, I'm like, it's just going to be enough for me to figure out where I was and then I'm going to be mad about it. And I'm pretty sure I'm always right about that. Okay, hi, Miss Murphy. I don't think I know anything that helps, like... Oh, no, wait, I can ask her a bunch of personal questions. Maybe that will do something. Let me ask about... What am I asking about everyone's hands? Am I insane? Ask about the lady's hands. It's alright, sir. Can't be a cook without some burns. How about your face? Tell me about your face? Seems as if your mind might be elsewhere. Sorry about that, sir. I have a hard time asking it to stick around all day. It's alright, miss. I was worried I might be making you uncomfortable instead. No, sir, she says unconvincingly. It's gonna be noon any minute, and I've just made none progress. At least remember things for. Okay, my sister has not seen very much of this game. Let me show you something, right?
Oh.
Okay, so here are our records. This is, quote, everything. This is like basically everything that's ever happened in the game. And it does, there are like little submenus that sort of categorize this into slightly less egregious things, but like this is everything. And you can ask we can ask all characters about most things in the everything list. There are some things that are specific to like only 1 or 2 people, and there's some things that are specific to like, you know, half the people who are here at the hotel. But like the problem is that time is a finite resource in this game. Basically every action you commit to that isn't just like opening a door to get into another room costs 1 minute of time. The universe implodes when the weekend ends, is what we're led to believe. So like you can't just like willy-nilly ask people stuff, but at the same time, in order to like advance the status quo of the world and try and save people from the doomsday scenario that is the Séance of Blake Manor, you kind of have to ask people willy-nilly about random crap that's not important. My sister says, they really said information architecture? Never met her. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think most people in chat are on board with me with this, but I was like making a comment on this like 2 weeks ago or something, and Devilish was like, the inventory isn't that bad. I'm like, this one? This inventory? This doesn't feel like this could use like a significant overhaul to still kind of be subpar. This inventory? The one chosen specifically to bore Cusco to death? And yes, to answer your other question, pretty sure that lady, the cook, is a for sure robot. At least a Cylon. At least. It's interesting that it theoretically respects your time by making it finite. Kind of, but at the same time, I'm increasingly convinced that I have already lost the game and I don't know it. I genuinely believe that to be true. Not sure if chat thinks I'm just saying that, but like, we're on the final day. You start late on the final day, and in the first hour I've been awake, I've learned barely anything of interest. And there's still like, I don't know, like 16 people I have to save from like lemmingsing themselves to death at the seance. No one has died yet. You know, at any point on day 2, yesterday in game, I would have said that's technically true. But we did see someone get kidnapped last night. They might be dead, I don't know. I will say that my suspicion is that that person was abducted with the intent to do some sort of bad ritual thing to them, either at or like leading up to the seance. You start late on the final day, they make you sleep in for funsies. Not so much for funsies. Basically, there's an enormous mandatory bender at the end of the penultimate day And when you wake up, you're just like, oh god, it's like noon already. Kidnapping isn't dead, but kidnapping isn't confirmed alive, you see. I got 3 minutes till noon. I feel like there's something else I should be doing before noon. I don't know what it is. I don't think I'm especially close. You know what? I should go to the garden and talk to those idiots about scrying, I think is the thing to do. It's just like everyone's gonna die. I mean, at least I saved, I saved those two ladies in the bathroom summoning ritual. Those are like two of my favorite characters. Do I know where Miss Lau is? That might also be a thing I want to do this hour, but probably not. I think that can wait. I don't think that's urgent. Miss Lau is at the church. I don't even like know if I can go back in there without breaking the game. Oh, my sister's also having tech issues. There's like a thing I incorporated for one of my channel point redemptions that just refuses to connect to Twitch, and I've never seen it have that problem before. And it like almost derailed the stream, which was annoying. Hey, Katoon, welcome to the stream. It's almost noon on the day of the seance. We've learned very little, but we met Marquess or Moesha Blake. I don't know. That was cool. Really don't think we learned anything of value, but like, we hadn't met him before. Because this game is weird.
Andiamo, little well. You show me nothing.
Don't go getting worked up about it now, or you won't get anywhere. Scrying is a delicate art.
Well, you're also not doing it right. You need an obsidian mirror.
The mind must be relaxed, but focused. Not so easy. At least, not at first.
I am focused. I'm a magician, and a very good one. This should not be hard for me.
None of that. You're better than that, aren't you? Don't let pride cloud your mind.
Don't condescend to me about how good I am. I'm trash.
My family, of course. Except... No. When I think of them, I imagine what these people would say of me. Leaving them as I did.
That's concerning. My sister says that her astrologers are like, today's star chart is aligned with the start of the Civil War. I hate that. I hate that for everyone.
But what choice did I have? A magician must glitter. Whatever mud she's born in,
magician must glitter?
She must bloom and escape to survive.
You put too much on yourself.
Santo cielo, says she, carrier of woes.
Well, I'd rather carry woes than expectations. Sometimes we just need to put down the load, Carmela.
Not touching that one.
Oh, I see them. But I forgot how good it feels to see them. It has been so long, and I am so far from home. Ah, cielo. Is that rain?
Nah, it's just a weird, ominous sky. Just normal Ireland weather. Hey, Miss Callaghan.
Ah, Declan.
I want to talk to you about... Ah, crap, I gotta ask her about... No, I don't, because I've already figured out her business. Ask about long red hair. Found this red hair inside a fallen mask. Does that mean anything to you? It's not mine if that's what you're asking. I wasn't at the ball. That's weird. That's really weird. Why were you not at the ball? I didn't go. I wasn't about to head to a thing like that. I was playing cards with the staff for most of it. Costumes are something else, though. I'll give you all that. Fine, I'll burn it. Let it be noon. Ask her about the skull mask. You weren't wearing a skull mask to the ball last night. My dear Declan, I wasn't at the ball. You can catch me dead at something like that. No offense meant, of course.
I'll let you go.
You take care now, Declan. And don't forget to get a bite to eat into you.
Miss Callaghan is present and accounted for. The red hair wasn't her. The only other person with red hair that color and length is Domhnall O'Finn. He must be our missing man. Well, I reached that same conclusion. In this next hour, Catholic Mass at the drawing room. It's not at the church? But Seamus Doyle at the basement corridor. God, that's either going to be amazing or infuriating. Let's go, video game. Evidence the missing person pagan circlet. Why? I don't understand. That's confused. Why do I have that information? If he's missing, how do I know that his circlet was left behind if I didn't find the circlet? Bueller? Anyone? Hey chat, we're on like day 1,000,000 of the Séance at Blake Manor. Vibe check. How are we feeling about this experience? That guy. Have we figured out the shoe thing? Yeah, I figured out the shoe thing without looking at most of the... Well, if by the shoe thing you mean like who did it, then no, because the game would be over, maybe? I don't know how this game works. But, like, the reason I was looking at everyone's shoes was to, like, rule out people as being the person who kidnapped Evelyn Dean, who was the woman I came here to, like, figure out what happened to her. Look-in graveyard? Shouldn't that be open graveyard? Not seance, Sienna. You know what I want at this point in my life? And, like, this will sound, like, insane or egotistical or something. I want the devs to review my footage of playing this game and comment on how they think their intended vision of the game went in concert with my playthrough. That's what I want to know. I want them to be like, that's not what we expected a human being to do, or something.
Mr. Ward.
I swear I've done, like, nothing with this man and, like, have no ability to advance. I just...
Good. And to you.
Mr. Zacco, I know your position on this more than anyone else. I've been leaning more and more towards, oh god, when will this end? And I think I'm about fully there now. No, but, like, the druid's missing. Surely you care about that, Zacula. Everyone loves the druid. All right, I'm gonna go try and get in the basement. Maybe figure out where that guy's, like, the stable master's bedroom is, because I have no earthly idea. Finding the druid roll credits. I don't know, is the game called The Druid of Blake Manor?
There really are ghosts in the manor, aren't there?
Have you seen something?
I've certainly seen something. I just can't decide what it was. But everyone seems very certain that the house is haunted.
Well, it is. I really do think it is.
I feared as much. Then what can we do about it?
Well, it's not really our place to do anything about. But it will be alright. You'll see.
I might make some extra offerings to my ancestors, just to be sure.
Love Miss McLeod's accent. Oh yeah, she's my favorite. By which I mean, if this was like Korean FMV romance story, like she'd be like main pursuit. Miss Lau, you...
Hello?
allegedly know something about a key to the catacombs. According to something. Let me ask you about, quote, their relationship. Miss McLeod and Mr. Hunter know each other quite well. Precious little gets past you. I just listen to everyone all the time and accomplish nothing. You're not wrong. He was the groundskeeper in her family's estate for years. She's known him since she was a child, and she thinks very highly of him. Some people think it improper keeping a friendship with former staff, which is why they kept it quiet. But Mr. Hunter has been nothing but kind to Miss McLeod, so why shouldn't she keep in touch?
That's
I
all.
love you.
Farewell,
Bye.
Mr.
So like this is, oh god, I totally forgot. We could be playing 5 Hearts Under One Roof right now. But for some reason, only you and I want that to be true. In fairness, the game is entirely in Korean. It has English subtitles, mind you, but like, as much as I want to play it, I think chat will implode if I try. Okay, I need to get to the stables. Glad to hear they've not canceled your original flight yet. Although, you're saying you've moved the flight so that wouldn't be relevant? Basement. How do I deal with this? What's happening here? What have we here? What have we here? What have we
Where were
here?
you? This lot's been sitting here since 9.
That's something to see to. Don't worry about it.
Up to some boldness, eh?
Want me to leave you this?
All right, all right. I was only making fun. Keep your shirt on.
The staff are all busy with the delivery. This might be my best chance to search in there. Gang, it's time. The appointed hour. Television says, I wonder if keep your shirt on was a saying from back then. Do you have reason to believe it's not? Like, that doesn't strike me as, like, particularly, like, anachronistic. The music here is so spooky. It's fine, just let you. Tray of untouched food. It's cold, so it's been here a while. Cold food. Somebody is coming.
Borrow your dorm key for a second?
Maybe. Why don't you tell me what's happened to yours first? If you've lost it, again, you can see about getting another cut yourself.
It's not lost. I just left it in this storeroom, and I don't want to have to go all the way till I have to.
We really need to sort that mess out. But not until the seance is over and done with.
It's really important we do that, but not actually all that important at all, really.
Tell you what, you can have the keys once we have these boxes all moved.
Ah, sake. All right, let's go.
I don't think this game has pickpocket mechanics, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. My sister says it's the incredibly awkward posing of the characters for me. Oh, have I got a game for you? You should check out Eternal Sonata, and all of the characters wearing, like, these, like, really elaborate dresses and stuff and being completely unable to, like, stand upright. It's really stupid. Love that game. Absolute nonsense. Doesn't seem like anyone is in the laundry. Let's go in the laundry. Apron doesn't feel like it. Stove, maybe. Rack of chemicals. Rack of various liquids, mostly different cleaning agents. Yeah, that bench feels important. Oh, I hate this. Look at the crib. For a small child, the name Murphy is inscribed on the foot of it. I don't like that. I feel like, are we doing a stealth game now? Check the baskets. Maybe it left a key in something like that. Oh, hang on. Food orders? No actual intel on that? I guess that's fair. Is this also like a real piece of paper? It is. Crumpled note. Letter addressed to Mrs. Caitlin Joyce. Do I know that person? Sweetly fragrant. I hope you will enjoy this dandelion tea. A beautiful relief for the aches and entirely unmagical. I see how uncomfortable I make you, but I am a practitioner, and I am also a Catholic. That means when I am hated, I must answer with love. That is what it means to be godly. Proverbs 10:12. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all offenses. Signed by Miss Carmela Montavani. Paper looks like it was crumpled, then shakily smoothed out. If there were tea leaves, they are gone. I'm finding the weirdest stuff in here. Okay. Apron pocket doesn't contain anything. Nothing hidden inside the stove. Sounds like there's someone on the other side. Well, let's not go that way. Me, idiot. I guess I'm going out the way I came. They know it was shakily smooth. Probably some sort of Sherlock Holmes nonsense. Oh, they're over there. So I should go clipboard. I don't know whose boots those are. Men's dormitory. I guess. Need a more specific key. Well, that ain't happening. Oh, hold on. A weird book. The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. What's going on over here? Oh, okay. I know where I'm at. I understand where I am. Storeroom. Should come back later when the delivery is finished. Alright. Thought maybe he had left the key on the boxes or something. Guess not. Shouldn't be in here. This game really is all about the sunk cost fallacy, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I've made progress, and, like, witnessed some interesting things. Boy howdy, this room isn't going to do me any good until they lock up for items that is itself locked. There's a ring of keys inside. Oh, how do I do that? The gate is open, but it's blocked by all sorts of trolleys. I'll need to push the trolleys aside and scramble around if I want to get in. Some real proto-blueprint stuff. Wait, there's the crouch button that I completely forgot about. Amazing. So that doesn't get in there, so we crouch again. Go all the way. All the way to the floor. Alright. Check and mate key ring. Key for the basement entrances. Key to the men's dormitory and a master key for the southwest bedrooms. Southwest corridor. As far as I remember, that Mr. O'Finn and Mr. Coventry's rooms. Those are two characters I know basically nothing about, and one of them got kidnapped yesterday. That's almost like a happening. Inventory of stored goods. What's on this chalkboard? Storage map detailing where certain categories of items are kept. I'm not looking at that bottle, and you can't make me. It's already 12:13. Is it a problem for me to have done that? Unclear. Listen. Okay. So I am here, which means I gotta go... Okay, that is apparently what the game deems the threshold of them noticing me. Men's dormitory. Show me potato salad. Open trunk. Sketching materials. They're apparently attributing to Seamus. Hang on, he's got travel plans. Map of Europe with some locations marked on it. And also clothes, the most useless object in the game. Appearing constantly, everywhere, all the time. Look at his shoes. Average size. Dang it. Books. Got a lockbox. Recognize the symbol on top from somewhere, but what do the other symbols mean? I wonder if I can get it to open. Oh, hang on. I have a thing for this. Hold on. Also, I can look at his handkerchief. Hold on. And you all said that I didn't remember how to play the game, and you were correct and shut up about it. Documents. I have to find this one. I didn't have to try that hard. It's like record cross made of circles. Every Sailor Scout at once, record. It's weird. I feel like they programmed something wrong. I feel like the zoom in should stay. It shouldn't like undo itself. So record, bunch of circles, Sailor Scouts, record. I'm incredible. Look at his letters. Pile of letters to Mr. Doyle. The more recent ones have gone unopened. They are from Father Sinote and seem to be urging Doyle to finish his work here as quickly as possible. I found the sigil to free the Aeon. Hurry and find me where it rests so I may free us all from the Black Iron Prison. Yeah, that seems like him. Do I still not have a brain blast on that one? I feel like we should be pretty close to solving his whole situation. Let me check this man's handkerchief. Handkerchief with Evelyn Dean's initials. Why does he have that? This is an eventful room. Open the nightstand? Ooh. Making maps of the... Boy, the map clue is so useless because, like, everyone has been making maps of the ground for, like, no discernible reason. Scrap paper? Okay. Wait, what was... Something in this game was talking about a bunch of Celtic symbols. The triquetra and something else that I recognized. Maybe it was the handkerchief of a guy named Ed. Could be. Writing says, why can't I remember? I have to protect that poor lass, my baby, then what? I don't have a baby. There's a line of symbols, but some of them are lost to the charring. Does this have to do with the weird piece of paper in Evelyn Dean's room I can't do anything with? I finally learned some stuff about Seamus, which is huge. Magic book? Book of incantations from the Horseman's Word. You made that up. He's just a horse girl. A page on binding charms is held open by some twigs. The charm is made and inserted into the recipient's chimney. Is this something he has done? I mean, yeah. We've, like, seen it happen. Let me check his shoes. Larger than average boots. Unsurprising, but like for the first time in 10,000 years, we can rule someone out. D. Hunter, his feet are too big. Cross that sucker out. Is it something about St. Brigid that had the symbols? I don't think so. I feel like I would remember that because I really want to solve the Brigid thing. It's making me crazy. That's weird. This person has, like, only the other symbols? A series of 6 symbols, but some have been scratched out in frustration. You can see the spiral symbol here. Mr. Hunter must be experiencing the dreams as well. What would I do with these symbols? Oh, some stuff in here. Letters? Here's addressed to Mr. Hunter. One seems to come from a brother in the Horseman's Word, and warns Mr. Hunter that she is visiting soon. Huh, that's weird. I would assume that she is Evelyn Dean, and yet he can't be the one who kidnapped her. Look at the man's book. Look at his waistcoat. Nothing in the pockets. Get over there. Already looked at all this. Ominous music is so ominous. Whose idea was this? Very upsetting. Pair of coats. One smells like sugar and oats, and the other smells like something foul, like burnt weeds. I'm gonna make a new save because I don't trust anything. Also, it's like 12:30. They're not here. That's convenient, if true. So this leads to the dead end, yeah? No, not the dead end. I can leave out here in an emergency if I get cornered, I guess. They really are just hanging out over there, huh? So let's think about this. I've gone in the dormitory. I can't go that way. I think I can come back here now that I got the key ring from the storeroom. And I've already checked the laundry room. Can anyone think of a reason why I need to stay here? I think I'm good. I think I did it. Because, like, if we look at, I mean, let's look at a map. Basement. So, huh. I don't know what those question marks mean. But there is, like, a bunch of doors that I can't get to right now. Because the one path is blocked by boxes and they live on top of the other. But what I could do in theory is leave and go to the West Tower basement door. And then I'd be on the other side of the boxes. I could try it. Although also, if I'm going to the church service, which I probably should, kind of have to do that soon since it's already like 12:30. Look at the horse.
There you are, look.
I've already looked at the horse. Why can't I spend time to look at the horse again? Oh, hey, gang, there's a ghost in there. There's clearly a ghost, like, menacing that horse. Do you want to take a photo of that ghost
Mr.
that's
Ward.
menacing the horse? Guy with the ghost camera? Nah, that's just me. Okay.
I have to be on. Be well.
No one else is out here, right? Map. Okay. I don't like how eventful this day is by comparison to the other one. It's making me really anxious. So there's like a few things I can do now. God, and then when it becomes 1, which is like not that far off, then I have lunch with the Marquess, which will take like half an hour probably, or some absurd measurement like 26 minutes. What's the best way to get to the West Tower? Go upstairs. I don't know. Psycho says, I had my picture taken with a pig once. It was my uncle's pig. Next time I visited the pig, it was gone and the freezer was full. Strange. I don't know why you would mention those two things at the same time. It doesn't seem related. Made 11-year-old me quite sad. I mean, it's pretty sad. Yeah, that tracks. So what all is here? Ooh, an unassigned room is here. That's kind of a big deal. I love... Is there a way you can get in here to open exactly that room or something? Floorboards? Oh man. Swipe or no swiping. Nothing here. Horrible taxidermy box. Just dreadful. Have I been in here? Is that just the thing? Maybe I did find a way to come in here through the West Tower. Unclear. Don't know. To be fair, the pig was a jerk who tried to bite me. I mean, yeah, not a capital crime as you say, but I mean complicated. Oh yeah, no, I came in here. Yeah, I definitely did. So I want to go in Mr. O'Finn's room, but that's not what I'm doing right now. Man. Like, it's just really important to me to know what the end of this game is. But I'm pretty sure it is me being sad about the ghosts. Bunch of suspicious things I apparently don't care about. So am I where I think I am? Yeah. Basement music's so scary. Manager's quarters sounds cool. So they're like close-ish. There's only like one other door over there. Let me open... I mean, I'm not actually sure any of these can be opened. Different, more specific keys. Is that true for this whole side of this place? Not the wine cellar. This is the wine cellar? This literally looks like the hallway from, like, No Escape, the mediocre escape room that takes place in Russia that I talked about last week. There's just like a hallway of like torture chambers in a dungeon. They're like, it's an escape room, I promise, Lamau. Combination lock. Oh, there's a key in there. Blake Manor wines. Madeira Circal. Bastardo. Chateau Lafitte. Chateau Sudouiraut. Brahim Kassab, Circia, Chateau Lafitte Rothschild, Apostle Wine, Chateau Margaux, and like Tokaji Imperial. So I probably gotta figure out like a wine that somehow corresponds to this locked place, and its year is the combination that opens the door, and then I get the key and do whatever the key does. Easy for you to say. Nope, not at all. Thank you for the raid letters. Welcome. How are you doing? I hope you are holding up. I really hesitate to say to... in my professional emails, I'll say that I hope people are doing well. But if I'm, like, actually talking to a person, I'm, like, really self-conscious about it. I'm like, I hope you are alive and fine. It's 2026 and it sucks. Let me look at this logbook. Logbook of inventory and which casks have been opened and when. Seems like that might hold clues to the thing I want, but you know what? Sure, whatever. Doing okay. Am indeed alive and fine. That's good. Or at least fine. Love to hear it. Enjoyed the new magic set. Went 2 and 3 and sealed. I really gotta do something. Oh, hang on. What's this? What's this one specific barrel I care about? Full of wine, I'm sure, or perhaps beer. What excellent observation. Very helpful. Thank you, video game character. I'm taking like a super close look at the Lorwyn, but I mean, I loved original Lorwyn. I will say from my like cursory review of stuff, I feel like I don't necessarily get the sense of both Lorwyn and Shadowmoor, but that's like a Vorthos gripe, which is a sentence that is deeply confusing to almost everyone in chat. This winter's in the... Is letters in the winter apocalypse zone? I don't think so. Are you still in California, letters? I assume California's not in the prime winter apocalypse zone. Neither, as it turns out, is Florida. Is it the horror of standard being only Ouroboros and lessons? No, but like that tracks. I feel like that makes sense based on what I know about the cards in standard. Ouroboros seems like a ridiculous card that they had to have known was going to just dominate, right? I'm not sure I'm a smart enough dude to figure out the wine cellar puzzle. Mostly because it seems to lack clues. Like it says, up north it's gonna get cold enough to make trees explode, which is apparently something that can happen. Ooh, boy, I hate that. That sounds bad. Okay, hold on. Let me use that eagle vision my ancestors gave me before I came to Blake Manor. There's a few barrels I could care about, but probably don't. Can't see any labels. This one looks weird. Tap barrel. Well, then untap it. And then tap it for mana. It sucks here. This game is really weird. Evidence? Wine list? It's evidence? The wine list is evidence? That's really odd. I guess I can't solve this? Lived in Pennsylvania for many years, still have friends there. I mean, my sister and her husband moved there not that long ago. They're going to Broadway for the weekend, so I mean, it's all very complicated. You can't pin my sister down. My sister can go anywhere, and will go anywhere. A moment's notice. Well, I sure wish I knew where these symbols went, because it's really easy to figure out what almost all of them are. That last one, I guess, is scratched out on both of them, huh? I suppose. look at this one? I don't know what I'm doing here. Unless I slip and fall down a single stair. I mean, that just feels like an impediment. I don't know that that truly stops you. Did I check servant's hall? No, I checked the, like, manager's office. My friend is a fisherman and the weather forecasts have been unusually unreliable. I assume such things as weather reports have been defunded and deprioritized by the federal administration. You had better believe it. Yes, that is definitely... Guys, the piano's in the basement! How could I forget such an important and seemingly stupid detail? Now I can play that piece of music the Egyptian lady gave me, and then, I don't know, tap into the heart of the cards? I can't keep track of what 20 people's life stories are. But the piano was important. Of course, playing the piano would presumably draw the attention of the two guys who are down here moving boxes who know I shouldn't be here, huh? I should definitely save and play the piano, though. What a stupid room. I'm gonna look at this trolley. Wood varnish isn't gonna help me. Well, that sounds like quitter talk, I guess. Some books, there's a random clipboard. I'll check the notices. Oh, hang on, there are 7 observations on this board. What? Advertisement for local dance happening next week. Bad news about that. Rocks fall, everybody dies. Note that all staff will be needed on site for the duration of the ball. A note that simply says clean your dishes. A list of local tradesmen's addresses in case of repairs. Angie's list, got it. Shopping list. Wine? Hang on. This looks like a, what are those called? Like rebuses? Wine? Apostle wine backwards. That seems like the answer I need, right? I think I need apostle wine backwards. Calendar from a local business. That one looks really weird. Seems like everything. Maybe I best move on and not push my luck by being here any longer. Listen, that all sounds very sensible. And I know what happens in this game when you lose the game, which is you get a really stupid screen that tells you how many people will die, and then you have to reload the game. So, I'm gonna play the piano. Ready, steady, go. The lid seems to be rusted shut. God, I hate it. Need to find a different... God, if that's not the most, like, intelligence-insulting adventure game garbage I've ever seen in my life. It's like that thing that Ditto keeps reposting to Discord every, like, 6 months, where it's like, you have a ladder in your inventory, and you have to, like, combine a bunch of, like, sticks and some glue to make a different ladder. Like, I feel like that's what we're doing here. It's like, I need a piano. And it's like, great. Here's the piano. I'm like, amazing. They're like, not this piano, idiot. I'm like, what? It's only a cardboard cutout of a piano. That wouldn't be useful to me. For some reason, that makes me think of the early Fairly Odd Parents episode where, like, he wishes for a mansion, but it's just like a cardboard facade of a mansion that goes in front of his house. So he can't invite anyone over, even though they all want to come over. It sounds like someone said birthday. Screw that piano. I hate it. I never liked it. I was never excited about it. You can't prove otherwise. I don't know. Is there anything in this garbage? No. I'm gonna go back to the wine cellar. Just build a new piano. Yeah, out of like sticks and glue or whatever, right? That's what we're doing? Oh wait, they can't see me from here because there's more different boxes in the way. That means I should be able to at least look at the women's dormitory. Nothing weird has ever come from that happening. Alright, I think I have to come back here later. I don't think I have enough time to like look at another room. Because I should go to mass, right? Probably. Let me just get that key from the wine cellar, which probably opens the manager's office, which is an insane way to manage the keys down here. Apostle wine backwards would be 7871. Did someone just like bust all of... None of these zoom in effects seem to be working correctly on Sunday. It like zooms in and then like zooms all the way out. Check it. Yeah, I know how a basic clue works. Seek a way out. Small key, small enough to go unmissed. The label says manager's quarters. Seems like everything. Maybe I best move on.
I should close the mystery of who fought with Miss Dean. If I can form a hypothesis.
I'm gonna fight you, Declan Ward. Eat farts. I'm gonna look at these notes. God, that's upsetting.
Picture an egg.
But it says, anytime I hear the phrase "seek a way out," my brain sings the Little Zero Escape theme. That seems to be working as intended as far as I can tell. I can form a hypothesis. Yeah, nah. Like, I'm really sick of him suggesting that because, like, I've talked to everyone about that night and I don't have any evidence to rule out, like, the last two people. And by this game's reasoning, that means I can't form a hypothesis. So, like, stop telling me that because I can't do it. God, that really looks like the photo of the clock tower from Back to the Future. What on God's green earth? Scrawled series of numbers, tucked carefully away. 37, 22, 34, hut, hut, hike. That's gotta be for the safe in the manager's office, right? Ooh, research? Collection of notes on guest movements and interactions mostly focused on Miss Dean. Where did she go? Is written alongside them. It seems like Mr. Varley doesn't believe she left in the middle of the night after all. Seems like everything. Really? It's interesting that in the basement it says that. When you find enough things of interest in the room. Honestly, I think if this game had that more consistently, it would be a better overall experience. I feel like the thing in the bin is important, isn't it? There's some stuff in here that looks like it could still be important. I don't know, man. The game said that's all that was important. Can we rule him out? The manager? I think we already have. Yes, we did. We know what he was doing the night of the thing, if that's what you're asking. He was, like, holding, like, an impromptu meeting with the staff because, like, something weird happened. But, I mean, that only pertains to the, like, actual kidnapping. It's not one of these... I don't know if they're separate mysteries because I don't understand how this game works at all. Like, when I finish this game, I'm either gonna, like, feel like I suddenly understand everything, or I'm going to feel dumber than I ever have in my entire life. And I don't think there's, like, any in between. Alright, I'm gonna go to the church service and then, I guess, lunch? Lord in heaven, I'm so doomed. I'm like doomed 4, buddy. hope that everyone has procured warm beverages and blankets for the freeze-pocalypse. This is actually where I want to be, isn't it? Doom 4, don't go below 1 HP. Wait, I thought, isn't Doom 4, don't you just straight up die? This is a Pathfinder joke for everyone other than Cotillion and I. That was mainly for his benefit, and also a little bit for me, because I tell jokes just for me, and I just hope they trickle down to make someone laugh. Sometimes I target Cotillion. It's fine. These are all fine to say. It's fine. Trickle down jokeonomics. Yep. Psycho says, I'm probably stuck at work all weekend, literally probably going to be sleeping there. That's interesting. That seems sound, though. Hotel seems like a good place to be trapped and have to sleep, if not, you're at home.
The body of Christ.
What's up, buddy? Super weird that this guy's holding a Catholic mass when he's, like, a living skeleton who also believes in, like, Gothonomics or whatever.
Amen.
Is her thing that she wants to do a confession? Is that like her whole deal?
Does something trouble you, my child?
That would actually explain a lot.
I thought... No, Father.
Then, be on your way now. God bless you.
I think Doom just reduces the amount of dying you can do before dying. It doesn't say you die instantly. I mean, in Tabletop Gold, I think Lars said that if you reach... I don't know if he was reading directly from the rules or, like, paraphrasing from memory or something, but I thought he said if you reach, like, a Doom value that's equivalent to your, like, normal dying threshold, then you just instantly die. And as we all know, when you die, you're no longer doomed. That is true. That's common knowledge. Obviously, that's how that would work.
Thank you, Father.
I think he did say that and was wrong. Fair enough. Then I shall endeavor not to hit 0 life points in this game.
Join us for communion?
I mean, is my character supposed to be Catholic? I don't remember. Whatever. I came here intending to spend time on this. So yeah. Something really weird about that. Is there something I want to contemplate while I'm here? That's weird. The missing guests, the burning man. Why am I still here? I mean, the burning man is like Goebnu, right? Seemed like a rather large wafer. Those wafers that large or even larger exist, but it is unconventional to give them whole to a single person. Normally, if you have one that large, it's sort of for display purposes, for the ritual of communion, and then you would break it into smaller pieces. Traditionally, the average one is smaller than that. Kind of instant death mechanic makes me think of Morkborg. That seems accurate. I don't know a ton about Morkborg, but that sure sounds like a Morkborg thing. I'm gonna reflect on the missing guests, and I am uncertain if any of these are good or useful.
It has become clear that Miss Dean is only part of what is happening here. But why were she and Mr. O'Finn both taken? She is a high society lady, and he is... well, the polar opposite to that.
A penguin. Wait, what are we doing?
What on earth could possibly link them?
And now, the Mass has ended. You may go in peace.
And with your spirit. Oh, I got 5 facts from that. Are any of them good? Are any of them good facts? Can I possibly figure out what happened when Evelyn Dean was abducted? Please? Pretty please? It says, when I was a kid, and my church did communion, they passed around sourdough loaf squares you use for dip and grape juice. I don't... I don't think my church had anything equivalent to that. That's interesting to me. Oh, sick. I spent 22 minutes and only like 9 minutes passed or something. Sick cheat code, Vasco. You're so good at this game. Or maybe you're the worst. Unclear. Hard to say. So, like, what evidence did we get? I can't. So those guys, are they still doing the unloading? Is that the whole deal? I beg your pardon? Father Sinnoh is in the catacombs? The catacombs that the staff of the hotel, like, claim not to even know about? That's weird. That's weird and dumb. It is lunchtime. You're not wrong about it. I do worry, though, about committing to lunchtime. But it is lunchtime. And I probably should see the Marquess. The Marquess's behest should be the name of something, right? I don't know what, but, like, it should be something. Oh, brother. Oh, that's interesting. Cassine says his church was not Catholic, so he didn't do it every week. It was first Sunday of a month. What a peculiar ritual compared to my experience on this earth. Oh, you're hosting this one, eh?
Mr. Ward, will you be taking your lunch now?
Speculus says, I've never taken communion as my mother was Methodist. They don't really do that. Also, she was chill and let me and my sister make up our own mind about religion. And we both went not for me, so we almost never went to church. I honestly, I do kind of think that, like, religious education for your children has to be, like, one of the, like, most difficult subjects to, like, broach in a relationship if you don't, by default, have the same understanding of that. That seems really hard to me.
I am. In fact, the Marquess has invited me to join him for a meal.
I sure hope he picked out a good poison for my lunch.
Very good. Let me take you to your seat.
Ah, Mr.
Oh, crap.
Ward.
The
Good to speak
captain's
with
table.
you again. I trust you are enjoying your time with us here at the manor.
Apparently his relative was George Washington or something.
You will join me for lunch then.
Why would I come this far and then not do lunch? That feels insane. This game has, like, a really weird, well, everything, if we're being honest.
Yes. Thank you for the offer. I will admit, it is not often that I get to dine with nobility.
What brought you here, Mr. Ward?
I beg your pardon.
Are you a student of the occult? You are a working man, so I do not think you are here to climb social ladders. Perhaps you lost somebody.
It says, I've only been to one Catholic mass and I was like 8 and it was in Latin, so I had no idea what was happening. That seems fair. I don't think you could reasonably be expected to know that. That's also... I'm curious as to the circumstances where you went to exactly one Latin mass. Good night, for Twitch. Thanks for hanging out. I have no idea if you'll miss anything. I'm not sure how much longer I'll play, and progress in this game is deeply confusing. But at the rate at which Sunday is going, we'll probably hit the end of it soon, and then I'll be confused and sad. So look forward to that in the near future.
Aye.
What do you all think about what I should say to this guy about the reason I came here? My gut instinct says just talk about Evelyn Dean. There's some off chance that, like, he'll tell me something useful about her, but realistically, I don't think that's likely. There's some small part of me that says brother might lead to something interesting. Some part of me, I think, is starting to believe that, like, if you take every opportunity you can to, like, mention your brother, that gives you, like, a different ending to the video game or something. think you could broach much in STP with him. I should step with him. Oh, I see. Catan said we were visiting family, and I guess that's what they did. It's either in Iowa or Washington State. It's just that continues to be really intriguing. I want to derail the whole stream and just know your life story now. I think I've been playing too much Séance of Blake Manor. Let's talk about Evelyn.
I came here looking for Evelyn Dean.
Dean? Ah, yes. The departed girl. You must
What's
have been
the opposite of
disappointed to find
dearly?
her gone when you arrived. You are one of the throng of men who seem to be chasing her.
Rude, but also fair?
She sounds like a fascinating woman. I wish I'd been able to meet her.
Me too.
I lost my wife.
Finally departed? Maybe.
Died in a carriage accident.
That sounds close.
Same one that crippled our boy. Do you know there are reports of
That's
over
my mood all the
100
time.
different ghosts wandering these grounds?
I know there were reports of over 100 ghosts. I feel like we're just angling for this to be like the origin story of like Disney's Haunted Mansion.
But not her.
I guess says I only ever went to church on Christmas because it made my mom happy. And that's like such a small price to pay to make your mom happy. That's extremely true. A carriage accident. Like a car accident, but at like 2 miles an hour. Yeah. We actually heard a little bit of this story earlier, I think before you showed up, Cotillion. We like talked to him in the graveyard. And like the second thing we ever talked to him about was his like wife's tragic passing. And he said like, she was going to take their son to see the boats as a treat, but a storm hit and made the road muddy, and then like the carriage just like it sounded like it like flipped over like a car crash, which like I guess is possible, but for some reason feels implausible. Oh boy, we get to see the boats today. There's something about it that makes me really sad. It's just I really hate it when like they ask so little and they still get rejected. It just always bums me out. And it's just like the mom's like, I just want my boy to see the boats. I'm like, that's so nice. I love that. It's like, and then she died tragically. I'm like, I hate it. I hate it so much. Zachio said, this is where my wife died. How a bummer, dude. I mean, have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? It's very That's Rough Buddy, which is one of my favorites. It's the best thing in all of Avatar is definitely That's Rough Buddy.
After it happened, I would wheel Walter around night after night, hoping to see her. Eventually, he asked to stop coming. Not long after that, I gave up too.
My first girlfriend turned into the moon. I mean, we've all been there, right? But yeah, that's rough, buddy.
Maybe gave up is being unfair on myself, given this event. I have somehow convinced myself that if all this is true, this business with the seance, maybe I can see her again.
I really like that.
Well, I hope that whatever solace you seek here, you find it.
Doesn't seem likely.
Now, if you will excuse me, there is a lot to prepare for later on. Good day, Mr. Ward.
It is implied we had soup or something. I don't know. Did I learn anything of interest? It looks like something triggered, but I couldn't tell you what. Evidence to 2 mysteries. The crippled young master. In like what way? Dude, okay. So I gotta say this for the record. And like it's way too late to fix this, and like I don't know it. Like this in particular is the most maddening thing in this game. Like I cannot tell if I am the dumbest person on earth, because like I feel like I should have been able to solve this mystery like Saturday just after lunch or something, and I swear to God I have no leads on this. And the game keeps telling me if only I could solve this, ellipses profit. But like I don't know how to fix this. And like I think this alone is like the reason why I'm like not capable of winning the game. Have you considered forming hypothesis? I'm gonna fight someone. I'm gonna do crimes. Search the men's dormitory. What is this mystery? There's someplace in the basement I should be able to use those 31 pieces of basement evidence? Who am I, Columbo? Pardon? What is this? Letters linked to Scryfall. What is the card that actually has that's Rough Buddy as the flavor text? What is the name of that? I've still not told you enough of what you need to know and too much of everything else. The thing is, like, that's really subjective, right? Like, one of the things that's so intriguing about this game is the amount of open-endedness that there is in the investigation. It is also probably the worst thing about this game. Wait, that's the name of a card? I thought it was just flavor text. Now I'm gonna do the thing I never do, and I'm gonna click on this link. No, don't. I'm already in a menu. Do this. It's just called That's Rough. I thought it was the flavor text on a different card. No, the flavor text is My First Girlfriend Turned into the Moon. It's so stupid. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, but put 2 instead if a creature left the battlefield under your control this turn. If your girlfriend turned into the moon, you get an extra +1/+1 counter. You know, that old chestnut. What a time to be alive. Okay, now Columbo and various mystery games Vasco's played. I mean, Columbo Raincoat would have to be, like, the funniest thing you can imagine, right? Because of how absolutely convoluted the mystery is, and if you, like, explained the mystery up front, Columbo style, like, the structure of the game would be the absolute most, like, baffling thing you could imagine. It's like, oh yeah, like, everyone is, like, a zombie homunculus that fears the sun. Like, and then you just play, like, 40 hours of getting there. Like, what? Like, who conceived of this? Much more importantly, like, why? All right, let's go investigate room 20, I think is the next thing to do. But I mean, like, the more convoluted the mystery, like, the funnier it is to, like, think of, like, a Columbo-style telling of that story. Because, like, Columbo isn't a traditional mystery. Like, the Columbo stories are about, like, the psychology of a criminal. Like, that's what they're really about, I think. Because, like, you find out who the killer is. Like, you watch the killer do it, like, basically every time. There may be some exceptions, but that's, like, how it goes. But then, like, you watch Columbo, like, solve it. But, like, a lot of times, it's, like, the villain, the perpetrator of the crime, who's, like, kind of the focus of where the story goes. Okay, I gotta go to room 20. Is there timetable? Is there something else I care about right now? I've done lunch. A bunch of people are doing lunch because it's lunchtime. It's Catacombs is stable. I should probably check the Catacombs. Yeah. Like, probably a thing I should do. Let's check room 20 first, I guess. Columbo, my god, Columbo and Nirvana Initiative. That might even be worse. Like, I'm just trying to imagine the way that, like, Columbo would, like, reveal the, like, nonsensical plot twist of that game that I, like, don't want to, like, recap in full because I feel like there's a non-zero chance Letters might, like, play that game someday. But just, like, the weird, like, rug pull, like, plot twist is just like, yeah, obviously, it makes sense if you just ignore everything you've ever understood in your entire life. Mr. O'Finn's room. Unsurprising that no one's in there. Thanks for protecting me. You aced that you bet letters. I'm pretty sure I caught that you like gave it a shot. I wasn't sure if that was something you were actually going to revisit, but I see no reason to deliberately spoil that when normally I would. What in heaven's name? Oh yeah, look at that. He's definitely got a little bit of a thing over there. Hey Angel, thank you for the 79-month resub. Have one of these because I'm actually paying attention. Oh, I should save again probably. Ooh, a druidic sack. Does he maybe have, like, venomous plants for that thing I need? Bag full of ritual components, maybe? A flute, bones, stones with Ogham carved into them, a tiny bird skull. Could really only belong to Mr. O'Finn. Nothing in his dressing table, nothing in the trash. So I should thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. Oh my god, he brought his own bed. Dude is literally just a D&D character. Stuff like this is so funny to me. I love, like, magic is real in this game, and that's one thing. But this guy, like, literally came straight out of Dungeons and Dragons. He, like, came to an inn with his bedroll and, like, cast, like, a ward on his room so he doesn't get, like, ambushed while taking a long rest. Like, come on. It's so stupid. There's kind of not a lot in here, huh? I value that. Oh, wait, there's stuff under the bed. Ooh, a weird rune. And, like, a small quantity of coins? No, they're runes. They're different flavor of runes. Looks like the bed was moved recently. That tracks. Something marked here, but I can't make out any details. So, wait, does this... Is that the same rune that they triggered on Evelyn Dean to, like, hypnotize her? Is that what we're doing? Don't need to be talking about this guy's druid sack. That's private. Have you seen the way he dresses? I think he wants everyone to talk about his druid sack. This is the same marking that was under Evelyn Dean's bed. Was he an intended victim? Meant to walk his fate too? But then why was he attacked and taken? Actually, no, you know what? Doesn't that inherently not track? Isn't there a logical contradiction here? Because if they put the, like, hypnotic sleep sigil under his bed, and he's sleeping on the bedroll that's not on top of the bed, shouldn't it not have affected him? Or maybe that's why he got kidnapped from the party, is they were expecting to be able to hypnotize him, but they couldn't because he wasn't sleeping on top of the trap. He didn't activate their trap card. Look at bedroll. Might this have saved him from the magic trap? Ah, see? Yeah, see? I'm a gangster now, see? Oh, look at this guy's staff. This is O'Finn's circlet. And that's his staff. There are markings inscribed on it, but what do they mean? It's actually kind of intriguing how, like, you basically can't learn anything about him on day 1 because he, like, definitely goes missing on day 2, and, like, all of his, like, mystery points are supposed to be to that end. So they can't, like, clog his mystery chart with, like, personal effects. No, they're not coins, they're small runes. I made the same mistake. Think we're good here? Did I check this? I definitely checked this. Alright, that didn't take as long as I expected, and I love that for me. This looks concerning. We push the bed back and sleep on it. Sounds like a bad plan, but maybe. Push the bed back and beyond? Is that something? Why would I quick save? Whatever, I guess I quick saved. Alright. I could go in what's-his-face's room. It doesn't seem important. What do I have to do now? Go to the catacombs. Question marks profit. I think I'm supposed to go to the library to research something about his staff or something. Wait, let me check his mystery. He is here. The library again. Zachary, you know you're excited about the cello. That's where the cello lives. The library is like everyone's favorite place in this game. Still 5 more pieces of evidence. This game is so annoying. I think, and this applies to the other map too, which I think would go a long way towards resolving this game from like maybe it's brilliant, but it's probably just annoying to like actually amazing. Like, I really think that this game needs a retune of what is required to advance these mysteries and form a hypothesis. That's what Ogham is? An alphabet written mostly in straight lines? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna go to... Where do I go first? I think Catacombs first, frankly. I can't tell you how much OBS hates this game. Not as much as, like, Disco Elysium. God, I'm pissed about Disco Elysium. But like every time a loading screen triggers, it gives me this warning about like the encoder being overloaded. Like basically every time. I don't know, does that count as Irish folklore? No. Does it count as Irish mythology? I hate that those are separate. Probably not, right? Does it count as maybe archaeology? Maybe, probably not. Really doubt it's psychology, but I'm just trying stuff. It's for sure not medicine, but, you know. World history? I guess you could argue. Irish history? Ogham carvings, the last place you look. Looks like these carvings are written in an ancient Irish alphabet of Ogham. This book has a table of letters here. Could this be used to translate the carvings on Mr. O'Finn's staff? I'm sure it could. Is that good? M O D T H. Is this even gonna look like something to me? How many is that? 4. 4 is C. Now we start getting spicy. Boy, that's a lot of them, huh? That's like all of them, huh? It's I. See, but this table doesn't have the accent. So is it accurate, I ask you? What is it? So it's R. D. N probably? 3. More than 1, 2, 5. And, It's like it's weirdly vexing that you translate this backwards. Like, it doesn't make a big difference, but it makes me mad. Four S. No. It's H. G. And then D. The Aga means Diglasail and Dryoct Dom, which means nothing to me. Must be a dictionary around here somewhere. My translation is correct. This means unlock the magic to me. The power in the phrase is tangible, as I think or speak it. What does that do? What does that do, though? But, like, in what context would I use that? One of the great joys that this game provides is hearing you try to read these languages. Try is a strong word. I endure what the game has written down, knowing full well there's no shot I know how to pronounce it correctly. I honestly think there was some point in production where they were like, let's just make a fully voice-acted game. And then they got all these people in the studio and they're like, I beg your pardon? How is this read? It's a whole Ogham book now. Read on. So it just made that whole book appear and I could have checked that, huh? Ah, wow, dining room's got a lot of people in it. I suppose it's still lunch hour, huh? Which means I'm going to the catacombs. I just won the Super Bowl, and I'm going to the catacombs. Which it says, I'm Irish. I'm Irish, and even I don't know these words. I mean, I am pretty Irish, and I definitely don't know these words. They don't teach those in a sub-zero public school. I'll tell you what. No, wait, catacombs is most quickly achieved from the other direction. From completely the opposite way I just walked. Like, there's some small part of me that's so desperate to know how this game ends that he's just like, just keep turning the hourglass over until we get the bad ending. But I'm like, but isn't it more satisfying if I try as hard as I can and then fail, and then you all never let me live it down? After spending like 40 hours on this 20-hour game? Don't think any of my keys work here. Probably, right? I don't know where Father Creep is. Anyone have any guesses where Father Creep is? Psycho says there's no way anyone is expected to play this in 20 hours. The only thing that I can guess is that, like, if you... Oh, found him. If you, like, solve the mystery of who abducted Evelyn Dean, like, as early as the game keeps suggesting I should have been able to do it, maybe that, like, has some, like, cascade success where, like, everything becomes way easier or something, but, like, no, I don't think so.
Father Sinnott, are you lost?
It says, unless you just straight up don't read like 60% of the dialogue. Here's the thing though. So like one of the features of like a traditional adventure game is that like the first time you play it, it will take a significant amount of time. And then like once you know how the game is played, if you like remember all the things to do, it's like insanely easy to like speed run it and like complete the game in like an extremely short amount of time relative to the expected like gameplay length for a new player. I think that this game is very similar to that, where like, to a certain extent, like if you know all of the mysteries that are like important to solve the game and you become familiar with like the triggers for them, then you can ignore like a huge percentage of the dialogue. But if you don't know those things, you're forced to do an absolute metric goat ton of extra dialogue.
Don't play coy with me, child. I saw you come this way last night during the ball. Did you find it? A secret way, further down.
Aye, no. I came here following somebody myself. I didn't know of it before. What are you looking for? A way further down to what?
I don't want to be mean, but like every time our character says anything, I feel like he's just like, I feel like he just rolled like a natural 1 on his like persuasion check every time he says anything to another character. I don't know like what I came here to do.
This is not the only secret buried beneath these grounds.
And now we're just talking like nothing happened. Oh yeah, let me ask you about the letter I found in that guy's crappy bedroom cot thing. The mission says, I wish games had that. If you know to turn around and hit the 3rd cobblestone from the right that's unmarked, take the note to Dean, tell him the hidden password, you should get a hidden thing. I mean, like, there are games that, like, do that to varying degrees. Like, again, like, to some extent, like, a traditional adventure game has that element to it. Where, like, you just know all of the things to do and you don't have to, like, listen to people and whatever. The thing is, just, like, the scope of things that feel like they need to be done in this game mean that, like, you have to, like, genuinely, like, take a ton of notes or memorize a ton of stuff to get that same result from this game, I think. Psycho says, this guy has quite the attitude for someone who could be straight up atomized by a light breeze. You're not wrong. Hey, do you know Mr. Doyle outside of this event? Because you're, like, hypnotizing him or whatever? What an odd question. What makes you ask that, I wonder? Seamus was part of my flock. He came here for work and eventually removed himself from the church, so our correspondence slowed, then stopped. It is his life, his choice. Let me ask him about the catacombs. I suppose you have me over the proverbial barrel. You might think this very strange, Mr. Ward, but I'm searching for something. An entity called an Aeon. You might think of it as an angel of sorts. I believe one resides here on the grounds. I'm hoping these catacombs will lead me to it. I get, like, in the category of things I already know because I've straight up asked him about it. I'll ask him about the ball, and then I think I'm out of things to ask this old man about. Were you at the ball last night, Father? I was. I assume you were, too. Ingested whatever we were given. I did, but not knowingly. You may save your confessions. You saw then? The pretense was dropped. We saw through this black iron prison and saw reality. Would that they understood what we've witnessed. Then we could all turn our efforts to freeing ourselves. Alas for them, it was all party games, and so they remain lost. Did I ask him about Seamus directly? Seamus. I took my bags to my room. What an obvious lie.
Go with God.
Clown. Ask you haven't reached the Motley Man, have you? I've heard the name. I don't remember the context. It's a tabletop gold thing. I don't think we've met him, if that's your question, but I've heard the name. Well, that wasn't very useful, was it? So what does that leave me with? Everything. I guess I can ask the Irish people about the magical Irish phrase, but I'm pretty sure they're all at lunch. Ooh, maybe I can... Wait, I can go to the safe! Because he's, like, watching over lunch. My enthusiasm for that made me mad about the piano all over again. I'm so pissed about the piano. What a ridiculous thing. I got to some amount of Muffin Man goose. Perhaps not the maximum volume. It's hard for me to say without having the experience that you have experienced. Mist corridor. That takes me to the drawing room. I've played like 40,000 hours of this game, and I'm still sort of perplexed at how well I know the whole vibe of where everything fits together. It's really interesting to me that like people who've like sworn off the sea ants just like hang around the manor for the rest of the weekend. Just in case somehow I get goofed here, but I don't think that's true. Now I must remember what the actual combination to the safe is. There's a 22 in there. 37, 22, 34. Oh, this sucks. Dude, there's something absolute... Guys? Here's the real test of who's paying attention to the stream right now. Can anyone tell me what's wrong with this picture? Now we've been having some issues with the game tonight that I was uncertain as to whether they were intentional or not. But now I feel pretty confident that they are not supposed to be happening that way. Because I don't think it's reasonable to expect someone to input the code into this safe at this distance. Did you bring your magnifying glass? No, I think I left it in my other fagul, which is like Gaelic for shorts, short pants. Turn the dial left for the first number, right for the second, left again. So 5, like 39, 38, 37, then 38, 39, 0, then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then, oh Lord, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 13, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. It's hard for me to tell. Like some of those are like double click. You see, I was unable to turn the safe dial because I couldn't crouch for long periods. Need to find a stool. Like, I think there's truly grounds for, like... This feels like more of a 90s thing, but I think I'd actually be on board for, like, a game that just, like, completely went to town, like, deconstructing, like, adventure game nonsense like that. Where, like, the solution's really obvious, but they're like, now I need to, like, find a stool. And then, like, the quest for that is something stupid. But it's like, just turn the dial. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and like reboot the game and see if that was just like some specific like load error. I don't know, man. I'm sure OBS is going to hate this, but like we're probably not gonna go too much longer if we're being honest. Like I'm pretty sure it's a like we've had similar interactions in the game that worked as expected. We've tried looking at that safe and it didn't do that before. But I can't be certain that a reload will fix it because I don't know. Mercury's in retrograde or something. I don't understand astrology nearly as well as my sister does. Or it sounds like Mister's pretty versed in it too. I don't think Mercury's actually in retrograde, which is why I make the Mercury joke, which isn't a joke at all. It's just me being dumb. Okay, back to game. Back to reality. Great. Click. Continue. Safe required to progress. Unclear, but like I probably won't have too many other chances to open it, and it might be important. That sound was coming from the mic. Wait, which one? Oh, like the creaking door when the game booted up? Okay. Oh, I see. I was clicking left. I see. I understand. It's inverted for reasons that are unclear to everyone, I guess. So, 1, 2, 3 to 37. Then we go... You know what? This is good. This pace is fine. It's slightly irritating, but it should prevent me from overshooting it, probably. 22. And then 34, I believe, is the last one. Check. I did it. Check the contract. Copy of Miss Mantovani's contract for the Sea Ants. For her week's work, she has been paid £3,000 with a further $2,000 to be paid should the Sea Ants be a success. Letter, since you've just joined us, if you're wondering why it's pronounced Sea Ants, it's because I think it's our character, right? Is the one who... No, it's not our character. It's the lady who's holding the seance. Pronounces it Sea Ants like 85% of the time. Staggering song, even if nothing comes from the event. No wonder she has come here. And then also financial records. A lot of papers, mostly letters, invoices, accounts, and calculations, it seems. Letters, yay. It doesn't look good. The manor seems to be on the brink of closure. It seems like the Marquess is betting everything on the Sea Ants. He has even pulled all his wife's charitable efforts to focus the money here. A strange way to honor her legacy. Ooh, I can form a hypothesis about the manager. I don't think that's helpful, but it's progress. Where's his dumb face? Where's his idiot face? Bottom. Investigate this guy. Make hypothesis. Vincent Barley's goal is to... What are the blue ones? What are the blue ones? To conceal Miss Dean's disappearance. No, he's trying to like figure out what happened to her, right? He's trying to expose Miss Dean's disappearance to stop the closure, stop the manor from closure? Or to protect? Yeah, probably protect. To expose Miss Dean's disappearance, to protect the manor from closure. Or maybe stop. I don't know. Thanks for hanging out, Letters. I appreciate it. Best of luck with the weekend. I don't think I've paid enough attention to this guy. This probably should be more obvious than it is. But also, like, I only just learned that he, like, cared at all about Miss Dean. And, I mean, it feels like he's covering it up, but he's also trying to figure out what happened to her. So, like, I'm not actually super clear on his motives. Like, presumably he doesn't want the manor to close because he works there, and probably cares to some degree. He didn't have LinkedIn back at the end of the 19th century. Can you imagine showing this game to someone who, like, lived their life in the 19th century? Is to blank blank to blank the blank from blank. All right, I'm going off book here. No, I don't think any version of this makes sense, right? Trying to say that they're trying to conceal Miss Dean's appearance? Like at the end? Then what would his goal be? Stop Manor. Protect. Conceal. Closure's gotta be end, right? Like, it seemed like from closure seems like the only grammatically reasonable thing to put at the end. Which would mean that this blue has to be Manor, right? What the heck else would you put here? I don't think any of those make sense. Which leave us with, can't be Manor or closure, so it's only village or Miss Dean's disappearance. Stop village, conceal village, expose village? I don't think so. Expose her disappearance to conceal the manor from closure. No, that I agree, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, the game suggests that I should be able to solve this. Which really makes me think that when this is all said and done, that, like, I'm gonna be mad that it's just, like, some word choice thing and I would just phrase it differently and that's why it's, like, not working. Stop Miss Dean's disappearance? Chat, Twitch chat always purports to be smarter than whoever has to embarrass themselves by doing the thing live. What am I doing wrong? What's the answer that's obvious to you? That's like, I don't. realistically, this can't be protect. It can only be expose, stop, or conceal. Based on how little I feel like I understand the character, that doesn't narrow it down very much. So it's not expose. I'm pretty sure I've tried all of these. Okay, I thought I had already tried concealed. I really feel like that was one of the first like 4 I tried.
I should find and confront him about this.
Whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna go talk to him. Shut up. I more or less stand by the fact that it's just like a word choice thing, because like I feel like I tried every reasonable variation of like those combination of words, and then it was one that I swear I already did. That was the answer. Also, the stupid ticker on my windows just said that we're approaching record high, so I guess it is unseasonably warm here, I guess. How deeply ironic, considering. Let's talk to this guy. I can't talk to him right now. Great. Well, I have that to look forward to, I suppose. I don't know what I think that'll do for me. Where's Do I know where Joyce is? Dining room. That tracks. Kitchen basement. Do I know how to get to kitchen basement? Is that a place I can go? I suppose I could go back down there. There's that one door. The, like, ladies' dormitory? I don't think I checked there, right? I think I, like, almost went in there. And found... I think I, like, went in the servants' hall, found the thing in the cellar that gave me the key to the manager's quarters, and then I ran low on time. I could try that. I don't know where those dude bros are at. Right? Because it's 1 now? Give that a shot. So I'm gonna go to the West Tower. I don't know where I am. Not at the West Tower. So I should like run past the drawing room. You know, I've been thinking about it. I mentioned one of last week's streams that I've been trying to put together a Magic the Gathering like flavor cube that's all like things to sort of do what you expect. They're all very like evocative concepts. And then I also had an idea recently that is like similarly good but definitely worse. Which is maybe to make a second cube that's like the exact opposite. That's like really boring, like real world stuff that's not magical at all. And I'm reminded of this because my mom made a joke when I was trying to solve the stupid question grid of like Colonel Mustard with the candlestick. And they did a whole Clue expansion thing and it sucks and everyone hates it. But like they basically every weapon in Clue has... Oh, this needs a key? That's interesting. I was really kind of hoping I'd get in there. But yeah, like rope, candlestick, like all of those, like there's just like a magic card for all of them. I'm like, that's what a great cycle to include is just like objects, just earth objects. So where are we at? I can't talk to the guy whose mystery I solved. I don't know how to solve any more mysteries. The lady I would ask about the... You know, maybe I could go talk to, horse friend. Photo horse friend. All the words are blending together because it's like one. If I can't get anything interesting from him, I'll just call it quits because I don't know what else to do and it's late. in the Wubix, which is real world, real word to describe the part of the house I'm in. I think it's at the end of this hallway that has the thing, as well as the guy I can't talk to, even though the game says I can. I mean, there's a whole ghost in here, my guy. Just take a photo. It'll last longer.
Mr. Ward.
Can you tell me about the Irish staff? Clearly not. Great. Awesome. God, the Irish lore stuff feels like such an unnecessary rabbit hole. I truly cannot tell if I could possibly need more of that.
I have to be
well.
If Miss Dean came this way, I doubt the horses would have been spooked. What an absolutely pointless observation. I know this won't work, but what if it was the same combination as before? 8, 7. It's not the same. But what if it was? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got nothing. Yawn. Okay, we have saved. Oh, it's late. How's everyone? Everyone alive? Get so many blankets. Except if you're here, in which case we're nearing record highs. Just for reasons. Because life is... I'm not going to say it. I don't know. We have made progress, but as is tradition with this game, it is entirely unclear as to whether the progress is helpful. I mean, it does feel, probably by design and definitely for the best, that Sunday progresses much more quickly than Saturday. But that being true, I do think that I will not achieve a remotely good ending for this game. This game definitely has... It certainly has a number of problems. One that I think might be a serious issue with it is I feel like its replayability is probably garbage, right? Like, there are many different ways you could handle it, but the length of gameplay and the breadth of things to do make it like really... It requires such dedication to do a second playthrough, I feel. So, like, even if I, like, got a bad ending, it would take so much investment of time to like try and get a different one. That it's rough, you know? It would take just like such an intense level of commitment that I just don't think is happening. I hope something interesting happens. I mean, maybe the bad ending is just really entertaining. It's possible. Some bad stuff is going to go down. Rocks fall, everybody dies, that sort of thing. I don't know. We'll revisit tomorrow. We'll see if we have a game plan and how far. Because, I mean, we started at 11. It's like almost 2 in game, which is like a huge jump by comparison to some of these weeks. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said earlier in the stream, I think we're at sunk cost fallacy territory of like, well, we have to get an ending. I don't think the ending will be satisfying, but wouldn't it be great if it was? But I don't know. Maybe somehow, maybe it's like the way those old VHS board games were all set up, where like progress like basically didn't matter until the last like 15 minutes, and so like toward the end of Sunday, everyone just tells you exactly what their life story is in such a way that it like triggers all the flags that the game needs for you to solve the hypotheses. But yeah, let's wrap up this stream. I hope you enjoy the new emotes. I see people using some of them in chat, which is great. I hope you like them. In particular, I hope my mom likes them. But yeah, let's take a look. So somewhere in this room are hidden some number of Squirtles. If you're able to find a Squirtle hidden this way amongst the various plush friends on display, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. And with weather like this, who doesn't need Squirtle, you know? I see some guesses. Neko guesses perhaps a small Squirtle is hiding behind this Gengar. Zach also favoring that shelf with big sunglasses circle. Any other guesses? Got an Eevee guess. I'm curious about so many things with this game. I wonder how much playtime I have left when the game is allegedly like 20 hours for sure. What was the third new emote? It's Vasco Note, the second Squirtle emote with the notepad. But like, I wonder. I mean, I wonder if it's some insane thing like tomorrow we would finish, which I doubt. Yeah, that's the one. I like him. The pencil doesn't read as well at the smallest size as I thought it would. I'm still happy with it. I think he's really good. Also, I appreciate Demolition making all the emotes really big. That wasn't meant to be a cue for that. Please don't go overboard. Let's seek out some Squirtles. So let's start with Gengar. Hiding there is little tiny Naomi. She's so good, I love her. Not a Squirtle. Lovely little friend. Also, we got behind Eevee, and we have a small, more different Eevee. Really like these keychains. I gotta cut the tags off them. They're absolutely preposterous. Look how much tag there is on this fellow. Didn't even notice your friend Brown. Well, yeah, I mean, it's interesting that you mentioned your friend Brown up top here. Because he's got a Squirtle. As does our affectionately named Cool Spot. Perhaps even cooler than the original, as he is a cool color and not a red spot. And in addition to those, why, this little purple house also has a little Squirtle. The theme is, in fact, circles. Good catch. I kind of tried to leave some... I worked insanely hard. I spent so much time on this. because I knew I wanted the theme to be circles, and I didn't have as many like obviously round friends as I thought I did. Like I had some that like appear round in person, but I felt like in the background it wasn't obvious that they were round. So I kept like cycling a bunch of stuff. It was kind of a nightmare. It was really a huge waste of my time. But yeah, I went with round guys because I hadn't done something like that, and I thought it'd be fun. But yeah, that's the horoscope for today. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourselves until I do, and remember that you are colossum.